Okay, good morning, everyone. You are listening to That's What They Said on WJLB, 1230 AM, 104.7 FM in Hammond, Indiana. We switched over our YouTube streams. There is a chat now, so if you guys just want to refresh your YouTube. We did not start late for those of you who like to say we start late. Nope, we actually started 4 minutes early. I just want to make sure it worked, honestly.
That's all.
I just wanted to make sure that it worked. We had a new way of getting to YouTube. Hopefully it does not buffer and or anything like that, so they can see us in our beautiful faces. Let me turn this on. Oh, that's bright. Okay, so
Good morning.
now, yes, good morning. Let's get together with traffic and weather, and then we're going to get started. I was doing a little bit of weather beforehand, but we can redo it right now.
Okay.
It's the region here at the Strike Vento Studios at 6:05 a.m. in Hammond, Indiana. It's 72 degrees today. We're seeing highs of 88 degrees and lows of 71 degrees. Thunderstorms and spots this morning. Otherwise, very warm and humid with clouds breaking for some sun. And tonight we are going to have some clouds with warm with a stray thunderstorm in the late with a low of 71 degrees. On Wednesday, highs of 92, lows of 72, breezy with strong thunderstorms later on in the nighttime. And then on Thursday, highs of 91 degrees, lows of 64, severe thunderstorms and spots all just throughout the day. So
That's gross.
yeah, high 90s.
Gross.
What did they say? What the
90s.
humidity is going to be, or?
High.
Yeah.
Well, I get it,
High.
but
Above 60.
Let's see. Let's see how far into it AccuWeather wants to go. Precipitation, thunderstorms, wind, nothing on the humidity, but maybe we can get that a little bit later. But I can imagine very, very humid. Not fun for us. So then taking a look at traffic in the northwest region is looking pretty good. 65 going north and south is looking good. 80 going east and west is looking good. Chicago Skyway, toll road, 90 going east and west is looking good. We do have an accident on the right lane on I-57 north before 107th Street. That was reported and updated about 15 minutes ago. So that's causing quite a bit of traffic going north on the Dan Ryan. But the connectors are looking good as we continue up into the city, and then the Stevenson and Eisenhower going both ways is looking pretty good. 94 going east and west as you are headed into that Rosemont area. It's looking pretty good. So that's all for your traffic and weather, and I'll give it to our hosts right now.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to That's What They Said. I am your host, Michelle Quinn.
Oh, I can be a she for today if you want.
What?
Isn't it That's What She Said, or it's That's What They Said?
That's
It's what they said.
They
Because
said,
there's
oh,
three of us. So.
I apologize.
All right, it's cool. So I am your host, Michelle Quinn. We have our stellar, fantastic producer and co-host, Adriana Alvarez.
Good morning.
And
Hi, my name's Larry Kyleman.
yes, he
also
is.
known as Larry the K.
Yes. Well, I was going to introduce you, but
I'm
no, it's okay. It's all right. It is our, Larry is going to be our summer co-host because, as we announced last time that we were on, that Verly is taking the summer off to fly and make money. So that's what she's doing.
That's what you got to do.
And here is our co-host.
And here we are. I do not have to fly to make money,
No.
thankfully. I don't know if I could handle that job as a flight attendant. That's got to be rough.
These
gotta be rough.
days, yes.
Right,
I think
right.
in the day that it was a very cool job, and now it is probably very, very difficult because people are terrible. So, but
for sure.
I have no doubt that Verly can, Verly handles herself well.
Oh, very much so, very much so. But here we are.
Yes.
And just a little bit, I met Michelle Quinn back in 1986 at Munster
Yeah?
High School. I was a silly little freshman, and she was some junior class guide or some such.
No. That was never my.
What was
my
the deal?
jam. I don't know. I don't think we met until after. I mean, we went to high school together. We're Funster kids, but I don't know that we ever knew each other in high school. I think
just
we met
for a minute.
somewhere outside.
Just for a minute. We didn't run in the same crowds, but it was some sort of guide the freshmen around thing.
Oh God, that
And
was
you
not
were there.
me.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
at any
that was
rate,
not my
I've
thing,
known
but anyway.
Michelle for it would be 40 years this
Yeah?
year. And
Yeah.
this is not our first time co-hosting, but not our first time on together. That
No.
goes back to about 10, 12 years ago.
Right. With
on,
Mr. Kubik.
on the old Music Underdog show.
Yep.
But here we are.
Here we
Here we are.
So,
Yay!
all right. So what shall we talk about? First, we always ask Adriana because she's the one. We live vicariously through her because she's young and has a wife.
She's young. She has her ear to the ground, her hand on the pulse of America.
Indeed.
I'm telling you.
Yep, and let's just say,
We're dead.
yeah, we're doing
pulse
staying
is
alive
thready.
CPR at the moment in time. Actually, no, let me not be that dramatic. Lots of stuff has been happening within the media. I saw that they are asking. Well, of course, Trump wants to put his name on everything. Mm-hmm. And they
so.
said that they
What
have
now?
to remove his name off the Kennedy Center.
Yeah,
Yep,
that was
that's a
that
for
was
sure.
hilarious.
Yeah, he's got to be hurting on
a
that
lot of
one.
different
Yeah.
things. And speaking of that, he has to be hurting. He attended a Knicks game at Madison Square Garden.
Yep.
Is there any footage from that?
Profusely got booed
Really?
at the
Yeah,
game.
it was bad.
Now, did they introduce Mayor Mamdani first or after
Oh, I
Trump?
do not know.
See, because I would like to see that split screen, right?
Yeah, that would be
configuration
great.
between
That would be great.
I know that Mamdani's handling the debt with New York City.
He seems to be making some strides and some
Yeah, he seems to be doing pretty well.
action, as it were.
And I know a lot of people disliked him because his actions of, yes, we will tax the rich. And they're like, that's never going to work. And it's kind
Well,
of working.
look, it's working. What?
It seems to be working for the moment. I mean, I'm all for it. If there is a person that can find a more efficient way to deliver government services
Yeah.
and to the people who are in need of those services, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Well, here's my question. How many of the billionaires have moved out of New York City? Because,
That is
it's
true.
all, we're moving. We're okay,
Well, one
where are you
moved
going
to
go?
Florida.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So, see
then
ya.
Florida might follow suit and be like, okay, well, we'll tax you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should.
So
they should.
I know there's been some talk about that. We definitely are going to talk about his recent interview
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
in the rain and the rage quit that happened with that.
So was that like canned thunderstorm and rain, or were they actually sitting under a tin roof shed?
I think they were actually sitting under a tin roof.
Oh,
shed.
really? So that was actual rain. I had
That-
just
that
thought
had
that
to
was
be.
like
Oh,
canned
God.
for the.
No.
Interesting.
No,
No,
I just.
they had-
Well, he doesn't like being in the rain.
Oh.
That was proven. He had to do his
Well,
hair before
hey, we've got
visiting the
something
War
in
Memorial.
common.
Yes, yeah,
Look
exactly.
at me having something in common with.
We're gonna talk
the
about
president.
that. I know that there was another thing, something that he had mentioned about keeping up, because they're doing like the UFC fight.
Yes.
And he
Yeah,
wants
yeah,
to keep
yeah,
it up.
yeah.
He said,
Yeah.
well, the Eiffel Tower was only supposed to be there for a little while, and it stayed, so why don't we keep this? Which I was like,
gross.
okay. I didn't know
gross.
that UFC was. I thought the American sport was either baseball or football, but I guess it's UFC.
The South Lawn's not the spot, buddy. That's all.
We're gonna talk about that
Oh, my
as
God.
well
Okay.
as just some stuff that's happened here at the region, and introducing back our chatters. Hello, welcome all you lovely,
Yeah.
lovely people.
Yep.
Hello.
And-
This is your shot. Get it all out now, guys, because it may not be back next week.
If you guys behave.
It's a boycott. It's a boycott.
Oh,
Anyway.
good.
Anyway. No big deal.
Am I missing any of recent topics?
No, I guess I was asking more because we usually, with us girls,
Yes.
we like to gossip the first little bit. Oh, we also
Well,
no,
I
didn't
did. I
forget.
did bring my knitting needles and
Excellent.
this quilt. I'm halfway done.
No, I was going to say we. No, you're cool. I was going to say we forgot. We do have an interview at 7:00.
Yes.
We do, yes.
With the proprietor of the new
Farmed and forged.
Farmers Market.
Forged and farmed.
Farmed and Forged, I
Farmed
believe.
and
Yes.
forged. Farmers market.
So yes, so
and where is that farmers market, Michelle?
it is up there in downtown Hammond
Downtown
on
Hammond?
Sibley.
Yep, at the
by
Dan Rabin Plaza.
Yes, the big with
The
the
old
big.
the old train and bus station right there.
Yep, and the old right there, right by the old coffee shop that our dear leader used to own.
Yeah, about a block away.
Yeah.
A block away from the old steel-toed Joe.
Yep.
I just read that building, the Indiana building, I did not know that was historically significant and marked
Okay.
as such.
Okay, why? What was
I don't know.
signification?
It's
okay.
just one of the older large, tall,
Right.
one of the older skyscrapers in Hammond.
Oh, cool.
As
There
it
you
were.
go. Well, if we're gonna first talk about like our weekends and everything that
Yep.
happened since we last been here, because we haven't been here for about a week.
Yeah, about a week. We took a
That's right.
break.
You got preempted last week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
didn't you?
finishing school, I wouldn't have been able to make it anyway. So
Oh,
finishing
yes.
up school.
How's that
little
going
darlings.
for you? Now, are you
I'm sub.
are you
Yeah.
a permanent sub?
No.
That's an
no.
oxymoron, of
Yeah,
course.
no.
Hell, I'm an oxymoron.
So I go ahead. I pick assignments and everything.
Oh, you
so,
get the pick.
Yeah.
Oh.
They come to me through the app, and I say yes or I say no.
Oh,
They have an
technology.
app for these things
They have
now.
an app
Huh.
for this.
Yes,
oh,
and
technology.
it's great. And I usually try to stay out of middle school, but my last 3 days were.
We're in the middle school. I did middle school last day of school.
Why?
The last two. Well, that's how it was. I mean, when I was subbing.
Oh, okay.
I did that at Highland Middle School. Love Highland Middle School.
Okay.
But oh my God, what a kickoff to the summer! It took me 2 weeks just to recut. No, it wasn't that bad.
but
Middle
they're.
school. Ooh. What's up, Mark?
But seriously, they are at. It's the end. It's the end of the year, and I think that Griffith, because we want a week in October for fall break.
Oh,
So that's
good.
why we tack on
You put on an extra
at the
two at the end.
Yes,
Yep.
and
Yeah, those
It's
those
miserable.
week-long fall breaks are nice.
yeah.
Those are nice.
Yeah, but-
Adriana in college, you just graduated. Is that
I
correct?
did, yes, and I'm going
Congratulations,
back
madam.
to school. Thank
And
you.
you
Oh, God,
graduate
when?
to go back.
Or
Oh,
where,
yeah.
or I don't think did we talk about this?
I'm gonna do my master's right away,
Okay.
and I will be a TA for PNW, so I'll be teaching freshman
You
speech.
get a little cash on the side.
okay.
That's nice. That's
And
nice.
then
Nice.
from there, it'll be 2 years, and then I will have a master's degree.
Outstanding.
And
Then
What
you
you
decide
getting?
where-
Then what you're already smiling, going, "What the hell am I going to do with this master's? What are
Well,
you going to do with that master's?"
well, that gives me the option to teach as well, like for schools, and then also jobs will see that and be like, "Oh, you got a little master's degree." So in the job field, because it's just I don't see it getting any better within 2 years.
No.
So maybe
No.
they'll be like, "Oh, you got an undergrad? You got a master's?"
Yeah.
So they might offer.
And
me
that's a
more
master's in
different
what,
things.
Adriana?
Communication.
Nice, nice.
Excellent.
Very good.
So excited, but then also I enjoy the master's classes quite a bit. I took a couple in my
Sure.
undergrad, and they were really fun.
Cool.
Seem to do more in those master's level classes. That's why I never took them.
Yeah.
It was too much. It was too.
But yeah. So how were you guys' weekends or weeks?
Weeks. Well, besides getting, getting done with school, getting back into the newspaper grind and, getting that tonight is going to be a barn burner out
boy.
at Munster. The Plan Commission is meeting to discuss with the developer of the Lansing
The
Lansing Country
Lansing
Club.
Country Club, the potential data center.
Yes. Now let me preface this here.
Please.
I know people are freaking out because they're all they're putting in a data center. No, they're not.
Yet.
Well, exactly. As talking to Joe Hofferth, the president, it's like, no, we don't have.
Is he a Plan Commission president or town council?
No, he's
president?
town council.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
But I talked to him about this, and he's like,
And
no,
he's the man.
we are not considering. We're not considering this right now.
Mm-hmm.
But he did say, I would like the opportunity to make up my mind. I want to hear what
That's Joe.
Right.
Yeah,
I
for
want to
sure.
hear
Doing it
what
right.
this is. And, I understand that there's all kinds of stuff. I found something last night that Dowagiac, Michigan is suing their data center operator because apparently the noise is so bad. It's not audible noise. It's the noise you can hear.
It's a background noise, but it's a constant noise.
Right.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it keeps
Yes.
people up. They can't open their
Yep.
homes. They can't do. And so now the town is suing
Yeah.
the proprietor.
Uh-huh.
So, okay. But as Joe also, and here's the point too, or another point. So Joe talked about, look, this is transformative money that these, companies are throwing at us.
Sure.
And so,
It's very transformative.
for example, I know that this weekend, Hobart, the city of Hobart,
Yeah.
ended up giving its food bank $100,000. And then it gave also the Moose $100,000, its Moose organization.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not small money, obviously.
No.
So, but this is what it's a conundrum because what do? You've got this kind of money that can be transformative, but what do you do when people can't live there because there's a hum?
Well, it's transformative. It's going to transform your town into a ghost town. Because people are going to move.
Sure.
Especially if they got to deal with it. It's funny you mentioned Dowagiac. I saw that same story.
Yeah.
I go up there quite a bit. I have a very best friend lives up there. I have seen where this data center is, and it's out, kind of in a field. You think it's away.
Okay, right,
And
right,
it's
right.
not.
Okay.
It's there. I mean, and you do hear it. I was reading this article last night about Dowagiac.
Yeah.
And I'm like going through the memory banks here. It's like, oh, yeah, I know where this place. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you get now where my friend lives, it's you don't. You don't quite
Okay.
hear it, but the closer the closer you get,
Right.
obviously. But it's a low thrumming, like a
Ugh,
and
that sounds miserable.
if you've ever worked in a factory or if you've ever had experience with those low sounds that are continuous, they'll drive you up a damn wall sometimes.
Yeah.
It's enough. You have to wear earplugs just to get rid of it. It's almost like an external tinnitus.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very
Okay.
weird. I look at Lansing Country Club and I'm like, yeah, good spot. When that was being sold, I was somewhat adjacent to that conversation.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, yeah, they wanted to do a more living space, green space, et cetera, et cetera.
Sure.
And then it gets forgotten, and now we got, poof.
Right.
Oh, here comes the data center. And
Well-
so on. Or technological use.
Yeah.
And I applaud the town of Munster, at least Joe Hofferth in this case, for saying I want to make up my mind.
Right.
And it's not being rammed down the throat, seemingly like it was in Hobart.
See, I don't.
But you're on that other side too, where you see
Well-
more than just what's in the paper. You are the paper.
Well, I didn't. And I still don't think Deb Laverty has completely forgiven me for, when she came on. I'm like, hey, Deb, could you take could you take Hobart? Because, you know, I've got school and stuff, and I'm not giving Hobart, you know, its due.
Right.
And so now she's been knee deep over there. And I mean, when I left, the same people that are now protesting the data center, they were protesting these big warehouses that they were going to put out there.
Well, yeah.
And now I kind of think to myself, well, I bet those warehouses still look real fine right now,
Yeah,
don't
right,
they?
right.
But
Jeez.
I mean, and also, you know, but it's gotten crazy pants over in Hobart, because last week a woman got up there and she was, you know, or Mayor Huddleston was talking about, you know, or asking, do you have police protection? He's like, yeah, for my kids, because my kids can't go out for recess without getting harassed and stuff. And basically she was like, you brought this on yourself. I'm dramatizing, of course.
No, that's good. Keep with it. We don't know her. It's fine.
Well, right.
Could you throw a little more Margaret Hamilton in that, please?
So anyway, and so she, you know, she made this point, or, you know, and now it's like, well, people, and well, no, I didn't mean it. Are you sure you didn't mean it? Because
sometimes words get thrown around, we know, and then nobody wants to take responsibility for what they said.
Right.
And now it becomes a totally I don't know Mayor Huddleston. A friend of mine lives in Hobart. I know has some opinions about the man and his managerial styles of late. But when you're starting to threaten people in that manner, or I'm coming, you know, can't you just say, you know what, we'll kick your ass out at the next election? Can't you just do that?
No,
or is it more fun to threaten?
I'm sure it's more cathartic to threaten.
That may be, yeah. There you go, catharsis. There's a good word. There's a good word.
So anyway, do we have a call? Oh, we have a call this morning. All right.
Wait, has it been screened? Who is it? I don't know.
Wait. Did they use star 69?
No. Okay, so they're not clever.
No.
Oh, no, that's not clever. That's just sad.
Are they on? Are they here?
Here we go. Good morning, caller. You are on the air. What's on your mind?
Well, I wanted to put a question out there for the audience, but I would like to mention that I met Michelle Quinn a zillion years ago.
Okay.
She had written a piece about a restaurant in East Chicago, right across from the East Chicago South Shore station. She made it sound as if it was a really interesting food. I'm a kind of a food adventure.
Indie Cafe. Oh my God, Indie Cafe, right?
Yeah.
Loved that place.
It was good stuff.
Yep, I liked it. I walked in and there was this lady sitting at the counter, and we started talking. And you said, "I'm Michelle Quinn." I said, "Oh, you're the reporter who wrote the article. I'm here specifically for the food because it sounded you made it sound good. You were very enthusiastic about the place."
Awesome. Yeah, I missed that place. Anyway, go ahead.
Where are they now? The couple that ran that place.
Erica, she tried to resurrect Indie Cafe in Whiting, but then it just never took off, and I don't know where she ended up going. And then Hector, last I saw, he got married, maybe may have had a child, but I think he went back to work with Art Smith because that was the celebrity chef that he trained under. So I think he was doing some work for there. And also I thought I heard maybe he went to Florida or something. Anyway, I know that they both went on to, have successful lives, and I wish I could tell you more about that, but yeah, I missed that place.
It was some good food.
Yeah, it was.
I remember. I'm glad you mentioned this Whiting thing, because I remember they moved to Whiting, and I followed them over there, and because I thought the food was really excellent.
Yep.
Here's the question.
Yep.
There was a time when going to the airport and flight and so forth, you generally were on your best behavior and dressed up and so forth. And boy, has that deteriorated. I mean, it seems like there's a regular national stories about people going crazy on these airlines and having to land the plane.
Yeah.
to have them taken off by the cops and stuff. Why do you think there's a deterioration in people's behavior when it comes to going to the airport and flying and so forth? Why do we see so much more about people acting nutty?
Well, Walt, with your life experience, I'd like to hear why you think this seems to occur more often than it did, say, 20 years ago. And I'm going to ask you and I'm asking you this sincerely because I did not take a plane ride until 2009. I was well into my 40s.
Okay.
That was my first opportunity to ride in a plane.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this is well after TSA and people, the media. So what do you think is the reason, Walt?
I think I think there are a lot of reasons, but one I think is the growth in the drug culture. It is much more pervasive, and it's not just something that happens in the limited parts of the cities, big cities kind of thing. But I think it's become very pervasive, and they alter your brain and alter the way you think, and if it alters your thinking, then it probably alters the way you behave.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's possible. Does that include prescription drugs too? Does that include prescription drugs? Because I think people that are having those kinds of problems where there are drugs, I think it's more prescription drugs and alcohol than anything illegal or on a schedule. But the question to you is: does that include prescription drugs too?
I don't know. I mean, I drink at my age. I take a lot of meds, and it doesn't.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't incline me to act nutty.
Right.
Do you have counterindications to
I
drink
don't know.
alcohol with that?
I don't drink alcohol because I take the meds. I was the nurses. I remember when I started taking meds in my 40s. The nurses said, "I don't think it's a good idea for you to drink alcohol because it affects the efficacy of the meds."
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Not a problem. I'm a very light social drinker, and it's not something I have no problem. It's no big sacrifice to me to give it up." Now, I have a brother who's a big wine aficionado, and when he was told he had to start taking meds, it was a big crisis for him.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the call, Walt.
Well, I would,
go ahead.
if you're going to ask me, I kind of feel like, and this has nothing to do with politics, I feel COVID broke everybody's brain because I've been, I was flying pre-COVID. I fly at least twice a year to go out to see Tucker. And there weren't, and I have not seen any sort of, tomfoolery on a plane. I really want to see some tomfoolery on a plane, but
I know him.
Right, so I've never seen it. But I feel like COVID has broken everybody's brains because you read about stuff, people go into concerts and, we're going to throw, projectiles at, the people on stage.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Why?
it's fun. 'Cause it's
Well,
fun.
right, but no, it's not for them.
No, it's not.
And so I would bet, but flying before, you never heard, or it was rare that somebody was going ape on a plane.
Right.
And now you see it,
Bunch
at
of these
least
GD
once a month.
apes on a plane, man.
Right,
I tell you,
exactly.
absolutely going nuts.
So anyway, but that would be my thought. But interesting call. And
Something to think about.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Well, we do got to take a break right now.
okay, cool.
This is
This is WJOB. That's what they said. So
12:30 a.m.
12:30 a.m.
104.7 FM. The station that dares to listen.
There you go. You're better at that
There
stuff
we
than
go.
I am.
Sorry.
Cool. It's all right. It's all right.
For over 100 years, Roofers Local 26 has been keeping Northwest Indiana dry and safe. Since 1919, our highly trained members have built a reputation for skills, safety, and reliability. With a 4-year apprenticeship and certifications in OSHA safety, first aid, and CPR, we deliver quality you can trust. When you need roofing done right, choose Roofers Local 26, protecting what matters most for over a century. For more information, visit www.roofers26.com.
Introducing Powers Health, a health system with a new name and a strong legacy of caring for families in our community. One with a tradition of advanced specialized services and a vision for the future. one with a commitment to medical excellence and compassionate care. Everything we do, everything we believe, powers health.
When your home needs help, the last thing you need is a faceless corporation or sales-driven franchise. At Myers Companies, we've been proudly local since 1951, born and raised right here in Northwest Indiana. We're family-owned and operated, built on trust, hard work, and integrity. And because we're family, we treat you like family. Your comfort and safety always come first. For HVAC, plumbing, and electrical done right, choose Myers Companies. Local, family-owned, here for your family.
Ogren Insurance, Hammond's oldest family-owned independent insurance agency, now in its third generation providing clients in the Chicago area with products from quality insurance companies to handle your every need. Regardless of driving history, Ogren Insurance can find the right coverage for you at competitive prices. To learn more about the insurance solutions and services we offer throughout Indiana, Illinois, and Michigan, call 219-933-0076 or visit our website, ogreninsurance.com. We're located at 6929 Homan Avenue in Hammond, Indiana. Do business locally with someone you know and trust.
Welcome back. You are listening to That's What They Said on WJOB 1230 AM 104.7 FM in Hammond, Indiana, here at the Strachan Vento Studios. Before we get back into the show, we are going to do a bit of traffic and weather. So, weather for the Northwest region is at 73 degrees here at the Strachan Vento Studios at 6:35 a.m. Today we're seeing highs of 88 degrees, thunderstorms and spots this morning. Otherwise very warm and humid with clouds breaking for some sun. The low tonight will be 71 with some clouds and a stray thunderstorm in the late. I know we're going to see just little peaks.
Sun. I've seen enough of the sun.
Peaks.
It's too damn hot already.
On Wednesday, highs of 92, so just keeps getting hotter.
Gross.
Keeps getting hotter. Lows of 72. Thunderstorms just throughout the day, as well as on Thursday. Highs of 91. Severe thunderstorms and just hot, humid weather. And we're seeing that just throughout the entire day. Friday, Saturday will cool down just a little bit at 83 degrees.
Okay.
The weekend just keeps getting better. Sunday and Monday, 71. And then we're going to see some 70s just throughout the week.
Yay.
Take a look at some traffic in the Northwest region. Traffic is looking pretty good. 65 going north and south is looking good. 80 going east and west. 90 going east and west is looking good. Chicago Skyways is looking good. We still got that accident right there on the Dan Ryan north before 107th Street. That is reported an update about 9 minutes ago. Expect delays up to 20 minutes if you are heading north. But the Bishop Ford is looking pretty good. Eisenhower going east and west is a little bit stop and go in traffic. Same thing as Stevenson north and south, just all the way through and through. You may see a bit of traffic once you get into that downtown Chicago area. Nothing too crazy. And as you head to the Rosemont area, it looks pretty good all the way through. Lakeshore Drive is looking good as well, and that is all for your traffic and weather. So let's get back into the show.
Okay, remember at 7 o'clock we will be interviewing Mandy Cricant. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Look, what does that look like?
I'm not mocking you.
No. Mandy
Cricant.
Cricant, yes.
Cricant.
Okay. And she can.
Mandy Cricant.
Yes.
She'll correct us when she gets here.
Exactly. Yes.
Please do.
She is the founder and CEO of Farmed and Forged, the new farmers market out in downtown Hammond.
Downtown Hammond
Yep.
at Dan Rabin Plaza. It's Sibley and Sibley there.
Yep.
Over there.
Yep.
How transformative.
Transformative. That's the word of the day.
I just to know, because I know we want to talk about the Bears and so on, and all the lovely
Not
fun that's been going on this weekend. I got a fun story
my
for
shorts yet. Sorry, folks.
But boy, oh boy, downtown Hammond, with the train going through and how they've redone and remodeled some things, moved some streets over, blocks. Very strange to see after being a lifelong resident.
Okay.
I have to say. And the fact that we now have this market or something to do in downtown Hammond besides Club Soda. Raise
Club
your hand
Soda.
if you remember the Club Soda.
I remember Club Soda.
Anyway, so we had something to, so there's something to do there, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, but we're going to save that for 7 o'clock.
Cool.
Bears, man, Bears.
Well, wait,
Still
we have a
got that
caller.
caller, yes.
Oh, we got
So
that
we have
caller.
callers,
Bring
so-
that caller, and then we'll
All
talk
right.
about the Bears.
All right. Good morning, caller. You are on the air. What's on your mind?
Good morning, and first of all, I don't block my number out.
I know
block
you
my
wouldn't,
number
Mr. Matlock.
That's all right, Ron.
No, what I'm just saying, let me just say for those people who do, they're about nobody, okay? And I like to think everybody is somebody.
Well, we got to
Okay?
give them their props for at least 2 minutes on the radio so they feel important.
Yeah. And again, I appreciate, gentlemen. What's your name?
My
This
name's
is Larry.
my name's Larry. Ron, how are you, sir?
Larry, you hanging out with good company.
Well,
My
thank
mother
you.
always told me to be careful. When I was coming up, they told me to be careful the company you keep in. I came up in a family of 10.
That's
10
right.
people, and
That's right.
my mother always say, don't come to me with no. You did this and you did that out there in the community. We worked hard to make sure you're educated and do all kinds of things. And so but let me just say what I'm talking about this morning. I'm a more of a national guy, Larry, and they know that. And right now, those two individuals there, they know that. I'm going to talk about what's going to be happening today. There's an election going on. And whatever is going on nationally, it hurts me locally, okay? Susan, she's from Maine.
Susan Collins?
They're trying to get rid of her. She's a Republican.
Yeah,
She's
Susan
a Republican.
Uh-huh.
But
She's always concerned
they don't
about
like
things.
her, so Donald Trump has sent his people out to get her out of there because she voted the wrong way.
Right.
She also was in support of saying that was a fair election. And you know Donald Trump is still talking about fraud and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As early or as late as this weekend. But anyway.
when he wins, everything is all right. But when he loses, that's fraud.
Well, that's
People don't remember some of these same people. They don't remember the insurrection. When Mike Pence was a decent individual. When they had to send him out of there, and we have this still going on locally, where people are intimidated, people are threatened. I think just in Hobart, the person who, because of the senators, and I don't care too much for those senators myself, but nobody deserved to be threatened.
Right.
And as you know, and the reason I say I go nationally, the Supreme Court, they have threatened some of them. You know, they have to have extra security. So it's dangerous in America. And what's happening in America here locally, it comes down to us here. We had two decent Republicans. You know that, Michelle, in the county where they got rid of them.
Right.
They got, I think it was
Dan
what was
Bernals
it?
and I can't think who was it. Soliday? No.
Randy
Niemeyer.
Rick
One of the
Niemeyer.
Niemeyers.
Rick
Yep.
Niemeyer.
Yeah. And so I'm just saying, I look at that, and I look at the potential of them trying to do the same thing to my good Congressman Frank Mervan. You know, they trying, but it won't happen. It
Well,
won't happen.
I will say-
They try to,
I will say, Ron, if you want to hear the congressman, I'm pretty sure he's still scheduled to be on the Weezer podcast today at 9 o'clock.
Oh, no
good.
way.
Good.
not. Oh, okay.
So
Very
they
good,
come in
very
here,
good.
right?
I believe so.
Oh, cool. I'll get to see them.
Makes sense.
And he's been a good person. Larry, right now we have 9 congressional districts in the state of Indiana. We have 2 are held by Democrats.
Right.
One, Andre Carson, and Frank Mervan. And right now, the redistricting thing, that's when I say I go nationally because what Trump does, and you say, well, Trump is in Washington, but he has affected what's happening here. He's going in Texas.
Well,
This guy
yeah,
ran
I
against
mean,
Tellerico.
the man's reach is long. To the idea that he's going to put his endorsement out here in the little state of Indiana in flyover country for the most part, and have that kind of influence for sure.
Yeah, and if Michelle had to interview him, he would call her probably Miss Piggy.
Let's not speculate on what the man's going to say. I think that's obvious. Anytime the camera's on him, is that there are some issues there, mental and emotional and whatnot. If you want to get all psychological about it, the man's got issues.
He's sleeping a lot.
We all have issues, Ron. Let's be honest here. But when you put those issues out on display on national and international media, I'd say there's a problem. The man has a problem controlling himself, and probably has all his life.
You know what? And the Surgeon General of the United States is not telling the truth.
Really?
Know what's wrong?
You're kidding. You mean the lackey
He's
general, the surgeon
he's ever
lackey?
been. He just keeps getting healthier and healthier.
Listen, man, I'm 6'1" and 250. Okay, I look like Trump.
But if he doesn't do what Trump wants, he's gone.
Well, yeah, we're going to get another surgeon lackey in to replace you.
Yeah. So I'm not I'm backing up where I started out, but with Maine. Susan Collins, I believe is her last name.
Right.
Susan Collins.
Yep.
Right now, she's a Republican, and I'm a decent person. If she's a good Republican, let's put her and keep her in office. But if she's a part of what Donald Trump is doing, and that's when Donald Trump tries to get rid of everybody. He's gone to Texas. This guy's running against Tellerico. You know what? He's got all kinds of skeletons in his closet. You know that, Michelle. You know. This guy running against Tellerico in Texas.
Oh, Paxton.
Paxton
is the devil.
Texas, yeah, we switch it.
I said Paxton is the devil or devil adjacent, but now I think I saw something yesterday about now they're trying to say that Tellerico has dated people.
He's dated people?
Apparently, yes.
You're kidding.
I just saw that at the end of the night, and I didn't get a chance to read.
As opposed to what? Just run up and popping a Tic Tac and kissing him? He actually dates him.
Apparently, yeah. So that's some sort of controversy. The bigger problem, Rod. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but the biggest thing is, he's got problems, and Donald Trump know that. Donald Trump don't have a problem with people who got troubles like that. And if you don't believe it, all those people. They turn out the insurrection in Washington, and they they want us to pay for that.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
That is criminal.
Right. We the taxpayers now have to pay for an insurrection.
Well, he don't like. You've heard this on the radio. He don't like Donald Trump. Hell no, I don't like what he's doing. His policies is terrible.
Agreed.
Terrible. And so right now, it's important. If I have people in other states, like I say, and I do, other states. And I call them and I say, hey, look here, I don't care what you hear about Tellerico and stuff like that. You didn't hear it till he come almost about to beat Paxton, the person who's a real thug, you know. So again, that's when I say I really go, I care locally about stuff going on, you know, but I think thing is sensible here. And I do get involved. I was very much involved with couple of races, I guess, with Mr. Mervan, and I'll say that. And the new incoming sheriff will be in January, no doubt, win that election. He's a decent individual. And it's not because he's an African-American. It's because he's a qualified person. I just need to get that right. There are a lot of Republicans are qualified people, and they deserve to be serving in Congress and whatever. But don't tell me that Johnson out of Louisiana, I call it Louisiana. You know where he's from, Michelle. And then I'm gonna get off because I can get kind of long with it. You know where he's from?
Oh, this is Mike Johnson you're referring
he's
to?
From Shreveport. He's from Shreveport. Okay.
Right.
He's from Shreveport has the biggest problems with gangs and all that stuff, and Trump never seen anybody down there.
Well, no, because Mike Johnson does what Trump wants. Ron, we got a call and some other material to get to.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for calling. I appreciate it, and hopefully I'll talk to you next week.
Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Take care, sir.
Who's that next call, Adriana?
We're going to find out right now.
Oh, boy.
Good morning, caller. You are on the air. What's on your mind?
Well, I didn't use star 67 or 69, and I don't hide it. I'm Trucker Mike, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Mike.
Morning.
I don't hide who I am.
Well,
you
good.
know?
You're one of very few here,
Yes.
so.
Yes.
Well, there's still people around like that, but you know, thing I want to bring up is a few things. First thing is, Paul, a Region News source reported on the news about it was Monday at 6 p.m. A guy got off the interstate, westbound exit ramp at Burr Street, road rage, shot him on Burr Street. Yes. Okay. You know, now, my eye situation. I'm getting done. My eyes are all straightened out.
Yeah.
I'm driving very carefully, and it has happened to me a couple times. It happened right by my house last week. I'm waiting for the light to turn green to turn right, and there's a little white car behind me. Okay, I got my signal on. I'm going to turn right.
Right.
And there's traffic coming southbound on Calumet. Well, I'm not going to go pulling out in traffic. I wait till the light turns green.
Right.
I turn right, get in the right-hand lane, and I do the speed limit. I drive kind of semi-like the owner of the radio station, slow. I don't speed. Because like Sunday, I had to go down to Morocco to do some filming, and I brought a friend with me that always sees me film stuff. And first thing he said in the car is, "You drive slow." No, I says, I do the speed limit.
Right.
He said, well, I'd already been on a 65 south. I says, well, then you should have went yourself. But the thing was is I turned right, and that little car came around on my left and then just kind of like jammed the brakes real quick. You know, why do people, that's why I'm trying to get healed with my eyes, and I'm driving like that and being very careful. But these people are getting crazy in cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, have you guys ever had somebody kind of like, I'm scared to look in cars and go around and do, a long time ago, my wife finally told me to shut up, quit tooting the horn, because one time I was at a light, the light turned green, I was behind a car and don't toot the horn. My wife said, stop that. We're going to get shot, I mean, you gotta be careful with that.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's.
I think self-awareness is the word of the day here, Mike. Self-awareness.
Yeah, and then you're talking about planes and all that stuff. Many, many years ago, I had to fly to New York because my family member, his wife passed away in a hotel room, and the family was all shook up. I had to fly there to drive them back.
Yeah.
And when I went that night, it was many years, way before 9/11 and all that garbage. And I just walked right up, got my ticket, got on a plane, and then 2 years ago I had to go to New Jersey because I had to get trained for what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that going into the airport, I had to take my shoes off. I had to put all this stuff in a thing, and then we had to sit and wait and everything. And then we get to the other place, we had to do that. It's like, I'm like, wow, what a difference, I mean, it's, I think it was pretty good, except, boy, I mean, it's security something else,
Yeah.
Now, one other thing I want to bring up and ask you is about, okay, it's kind of bleeding over, or the media's putting it out, like they had a fight over at Hobart Festival, 7 people fighting, and then what was it? They had a situation at Margaret Park in Gary.
Oh, are we talking about the teen takeovers?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then they closed the Whiting Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all of this stuff, these people coming and causing problems. What is this area going to do about a situation like that to calm this stuff down?
What is this area going to do?
Yeah, because like me, I had so many people on my page send me messages. I've been answering them. They go, what festivals are you going to cover this year, and what are you doing? And I says, I'm kind of trying to figure out what to do, because I'm afraid to be in one of these areas and then all of a sudden some idiot would do something stupid.
Well,
I'm kind of leery of going.
I'm not going to say that's an invalid fear in this day and age, but I certainly hope you don't live your life by that fear, my God.
No, I mean, I'm very careful, you know. I mean, when I'm out filming and stuff, I'm always watching everything.
Sure.
Yeah, you got to keep your head on a swivel.
You know,
I get it.
But I've noticed more in this area in northwest Indiana, Lake County. Okay, I go to a lot of festivals and stuff, and I do parades. And I have seen lately this year at some of the festivals that more of the mother, father, and the kids are all together and having a good time. And I was at a place there, this whole family was sitting around a picnic table at a little festival, and they're all eating their ice cream or whatever they were eating, you know, and none of them playing with their stupid phones.
Interesting.
They were all having a good time, you know, and I've actually seen more of what I've done, you know. I mean, it's like where I was at Sunday, this father is teaching his son to kind of do what he had done all his life of racing cars. And I was talking to his kid. Okay, he's in school, and he is in sports. And I says, what do you think about nowadays? I says, you hang around with your kids and your friends, and you do this? He says, well, some of them got some crazy ideas. He says, when I come with my dad to these events and everything, everybody's having a good time. Everybody's not worried about anything going on anywhere else. We're all there just to have a good time. And, you know, I've seen so much more of that now in northwest Indiana. You know,
Oh, cool.
that's about all I got to say. And hey, pretty good show this morning. I hope Michelle keeps you in line.
Yes. Well, she's already had that conversation
Because
with my wife.
You do have a way. You do have a way of talking.
Well, thank you. You're talking to me, right, Mike?
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking
Okay.
to you, but I'm not looking at the TV screen yet.
Oh, that's
but
okay. You don't have to.
I
Save your eyes.
wonder what her thought is how am I going to keep this guy in control?
Well, I'll tell you what. Hang up and listen because we're approaching 7 o'clock. Michelle's going to give you that opinion. All right,
Yeah,
we got a guest coming up, Mike. So we got to let you go.
Yeah, I know it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure listening to you both, and
Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
guys. Everybody have a safe day, and if
Yep,
it rains,
you too. Take it
make
easy,
sure you
man.
have an umbrella.
Yeah, for
Indeed.
real.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Okay.
For real.
Well, all right. Keep me in line.
Okay. No, we talked. Well, it's both of us. My big concern about having Larry on is the fact that we're both pretty, animated people, and I'm like, well, we have to remember that our lovely co-host that we don't
wanna
drown Adriana out.
Oh, no, you're good. I can be animated as well.
Well,
There we go.
exactly.
We'll
I was
get
gonna
there.
say, but I'm just like, okay, we have to remember, we can't.
No,
get,
you're okay. I'm actually doing work right now.
And
behind
here's
the
our
scenes.
here's
Hi,
our
and
guest.
here's our.
Why don't
no,
we go
no,
ahead?
no. This is our fearless leader, Lori. Are you coming?
Oh, very well.
Are you coming on with us, or?
You gonna come in for the interview?
Yeah, come on in. Come
Okay,
on in.
cool.
So our fearless
that
leader,
break.
Lori Whalen, is coming in momentarily. So.
And then we do have our guest coming on as well.
Yeah, she said she's going to be calling around now because I
Okay.
told her. And I
Sounds
said,
good. I think this might be her right now. So
All right.
Yeah,
Well, let's
just
take
put her
that
at all.
break, and you want to take that 7 o'clock break and
Yeah, we
get
could.
it done.
We could.
Get set up.
Cool.
All right, sounds good. You're listening to That's What They Said with Michelle Quinn, Larry the K, and Adriana Alvarez. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Summer's coming, and Deep River Water Park is taking applications for all positions. We have jobs both inside and out for all ages that offer great benefits. Free admission on your day off for you and a friend. Free uniforms, paid training, make new friends, flexible scheduling, and more. To apply, just go to deepriverwaterpark.com and you're on your way to a summer of rewarding fun.
Deep River Water Park. It's simply splash-tastic.
From the gas in your car to the heat in your home and the roads that you drive on, our work powers daily life. We are USW Local 71, the proud men and women of the Whiting Refinery. We're not just refinery workers. We're your friends and neighbors, raising our families here, shopping in the same stores, and cheering in the same stands. USW Local 71, powering the region because we are the region.
Life's biggest challenges don't come with a warning. When legal issues arise, whether it's a car accident, personal injury, criminal charge, or representing you before municipal boards, you need a trusted advocate on your side. At Westland & Bennett, we listen first because your story matters. We provide strategic, personalized legal solutions to protect your rights, your freedom, and your future. Peace of mind starts with a conversation. Call 219-440-7550 today for a free consultation.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up, apologizes, and welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Strachan Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
All right, good morning, everyone. You are listening to That's What They Said on WJOB, 1230 AM, 104.7 FM in Hammond, Indiana, here at the Strachan Van Til Studios. We're going to do a quick traffic update. Weather is still the same, so we're going to kind of skip over that just for that segment so we can get straight to our guests. But we do have some traffic updates. 65 going north and south is looking pretty good. 90 going east and west is looking good. Chicago Skyway is looking pretty good, but we do have an accident in the left two lanes on the tri-state. I-294 80 north at Lincoln Oasis backed up to I-94. That was reported and updated about 11 minutes ago.
Oof.
Again, that is going northbound. Two left lanes are blocked, and that is backed up all the way to I-94. So right as you are headed over to that crossing that state line there on 80 going northbound. And then on the Bishop Ford, on the Dan Ryan, we still have that accident in the right lane blocked right before 107th Street. That was reported and updated about 33 minutes ago. That is causing some stop-and-go traffic throughout the way. Eisenhower going east and west is really heavy in traffic just all the way through, as well as Stevenson going north and south all the way through is pretty heavy in traffic as you head into the downtown area of Chicago. Stop-and-go traffic, nothing too crazy or bad, and same thing as you're headed up into that Rosemont area. Other than that, that is all for your traffic and weather.
I'd say with the weather and the traffic combination, just stay home.
Yeah.
Stay in the AC, do what you got to do. Call off. They won't miss you.
But they'll miss us here at WJOB, Strachan Van Til
Good
Studios.
Good save.
All right, so we want to get to our guests?
Okay, well, first of all, I'm your host, Michelle Quinn, and we have our summer co-host, Larry Kyleman.
Yo.
And we have our fearless leader, Lori Whalen, here. So she has, I told her to come on in and hang out for this interview.
Yeah.
So if we can bring Mandy on.
There we go. All right.
Hi, can you hear us?
Good morning. You are on the air.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing well. I have my coffee, so I am ready for the day.
Right.
Excellent. So first of all, because I feel like I probably butchered your name, can you give me the correct spell or correct pronunciation?
It is Mandy Crickon.
Okay, Crickon. Okay, I thought so, but I apologize in advance for, maybe not getting that quite right. So,
no one does, and I do not get offended.
Okay.
So totally fine.
Well, good. So anyway, so you are the proprietor, founder, CEO of Farmed and Forged, which is the new
It's like a
Grain
a
crib,
traveling
yes.
farmers market.
A
correct?
farmer's market in north or downtown. Why am I thinking about
Downtown
North
Hammond.
Downtown Hammond, yes.
In Northwest Indiana.
Thank you.
There we go.
Sorry about that. So,
Go ahead, Mandy.
Yeah. So first, I always, just start telling us about, who you are and what you do, or tell us more about the market first.
Yeah, of course. So, we started the market. Well, I can kind of go back a little ways if you guys want the whole story.
Yeah,
but,
please.
I kind of started my entrepreneurial career in 2017. I was a skincare artisan, so I was a vendor at farmers markets, like what we host now, and artisan markets and different things like that. And through that, I was a new entrepreneur. My son was young. I was just getting back out after being a stay-at-home mom, and I just met a lot of really cool people through the market and decided I just wanted kind of a community for us to come together that was more tailored to small business owners and creatives. So that's kind of where the idea of the collective came from. So we started that in 2019 as a community to kind of connect and support entrepreneurs in our area. I kind of describe it like a grassroots chamber of commerce. Like, we're much smaller, but it's really about providing a space for people that were kind of in my shoes, just starting out a business, where we could come together, share resources, share ideas, learn. And one of the things that we did as well was host large-scale artisan markets. So we started that in 2019. With all of our markets, we always partnered with a different nonprofit organization to give back, raise awareness for them. So with doing that, we did some stuff in LaPorte, and then the mayor, I was approached first to do consulting on their Friday Night Live series. So the Taco Fest that they still host, that was, my creation that I did on behalf of them, which was really fun. So that was my first time doing events for someone else. And that went really well. So in 2023, the mayor approached us about revitalizing their farmers market.
Okay.
And that is where the whole Farmed and Forged started. So we were able to go in and really turn the market around. We were able to increase vendors' foot traffic. And then one of the things that really makes our market special, and one of the things I'm most proud of, is we are really big on food access. So I didn't know this until recently, but we are the only regular season farmers market in Indiana that offers triple SNAP benefits. So SNAP is formerly known as
I did
food
see that
stamps.
there. Yep.
Yep. So anyone that is facing food insecurity that's on food stamps, SNAP assistance, they can come to the market and utilize their benefits. So we'll match up to $20 every single market. So if they purchase 20, we're going to give them $60 to spend at the market.
Yeah, that's
And the best part of that, they get healthier food. It's local, it's fresh, but all of that money goes to our local producers, which helps support the local economy. So the first year of Farmed and Forged went really well. We did a season in New Buffalo one year. We were approached by them. And then the next year, we were approached by Michigan City. So we're still in LaPorte, Michigan City. And then this year, we were approached by Hammond. So it has been really fun to be in Hammond. And the cool thing about Hammond is the other three, we were hired to kind of revitalize a struggling market. Hammond is brand new, so we've had a lot of fun with just starting from a blank canvas.
So when you talk about struggling farmers markets, and I've got opinions about this because I've been to several, and I know that Griffiths used to be a wonderful farmers market. It is now more like a food truck slash beer slash bands. There isn't much in the way of So tell me, when you got to Hammond, how do you start from scratch? What does that look like, or what makes a successful farmers market, do you think?
So we have, through doing farmers markets and artisan markets for several years, I already had a network of farmers and like different people around me that I was friends with. So it really helped having that network of people that trusted me to do something well. Like a lot of the people had seen our artisan market. So it wasn't, you know, just like we kind of had a resume behind us of things that we had done. So that's one of the big things I know. And we've talked to other cities about their markets. And one of the biggest things is like, it's hard to get farmers. It's hard to get people that have that food. And when you have, like, I use Chesterton European Market, like that's pretty much the biggest one in Northwest Indiana. And I love Tappy, who runs it. She's wonderful. But when vendors are going there and they know that's a good day, they're not going to leave a strong market to go to another Saturday market somewhere else.
So tell us what day. What are your days and times? Because I don't think we shared that yet.
Yeah, go ahead and share those.
Yeah, so Thursdays in Hammond, we are there from 3:30 to 7. Saturdays, we are in Michigan City from 8 to noon. And then Sundays, we are in LaPorte from 10 to 1. And that's every single week.
Okay. All right. So anyway, continue.
And,
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So when I'm looking at stuff, I know LaPorte's was always on a Saturday, and we had a lot of pushback because I was like, there's no way we're going to get farmers here on a Saturday, because that was the first time we actually did a farmer's market and not an artisan market.
Okay.
So I know you want to look at the times. So everyone wants to have a Saturday farmer's market. People are committed on Saturdays. A lot of our food producers, we have farmers from Michigan that are like, nope, I'm not doing anything on Saturdays, because they go to Chicago or they go to Chesterton. So it's really being mindful of the time you're doing it. Yeah. So I think that's something a lot of people, you know, they just look, we want it on Saturdays. So really being mindful of when the vendors are available and when they would be willing to come out. Another thing, my big thing when we first started doing markets is I really truly believe if the vendors are happy and they're doing well, that sets the entire tone for the market. So we really try to take care of our vendors. We're very communicative. I know with a lot of different farmers markets, it might be the city hosting it, someone's doing it while they have another full-time position. So we're able to dedicate our time to this, so vendors know they're going to get answers. So we really try to have an open door policy with them and make it all about the vendors.
Okay. Very, very cool. So how do you go about picking, you know, because you talk about both being artisan and, you know, and farming. How do you go about picking who you want to be? I mean, do you have a rotating cast of vendors, or do you, you know, once you get a vendor, do you lock them in, and how do you choose? What's the process behind that?
Yeah, so we put out applications. A lot of our farmers and stuff, we work with them, so we know, yep, you're going to be there. But vendors have a choice. They can apply to be seasonal, which means they come every single day, or they can pop in and out.
Right.
So I would say most of our farmers, so like our meat farmers, produce, all of them, typically they sign up for seasonal, so they're there every single week. And then a lot of the people just kind of rotate in and out when they're able. We definitely keep an eye. This year there is an abundance of bakers, which is interesting because we haven't had that before. So with that and so many people.
Yep.
What was that?
I said, I'm sorry. I think I counted 3 or 4 when I was there Thursday. A lot of local bakeries, and there's not a problem with that.
Right. A lot of choices.
Yeah, and
we love choices.
That's what you want.
Right. Yes, and so we try to make sure what they're bringing is different. So in Hammond, I know we have at Withsend, and she does like biscuits, English muffins, granola. Then we have OMG Pastries, who does, you know, fancier like tarts and
sourdough
things
bread
like
they made was fabulous.
Oh, yeah, they're awesome. And, yeah, so we just we limit it. So we'll limit the amount of bakers. We make sure they're different enough where they're not going to, you know, pull from, you know, we want to make sure everyone does well.
Right.
And then for some people, like if they're a newer vendor, we'll allow them, like, we try to give everyone a chance. So we try to rotate people out. So we'll typically reach out like, hey, we have a lot of bakers. Can you come on this day? And we try to work it out where everyone can have a chance to come and and try it out. So, but that's always the hardest. I don't like denying people, so that's
sure
that can be hard, but we really do try to work with everyone. And if we feel like they need help, we're always willing to like say, hey, come have a trial. Like if you're open to feedback, we'll sit with you and give you some feedback on how to, you know, maybe improve your display or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be honest, when I first started, my display was terrible. So I am happy to show them that when I was making stuff at home, like it's okay, and listen to feedback and you're going to grow and get better. So it's not about being like mean to them. We genuinely want them to do well.
Oh, absolutely. I just had a thought, and Larry, I'll let you.
Okay, here we go.
If you've got a question, because
I do. I was there. I was there Thursday. It was planned prior, but then we said, hey, we were going to have you on the show, and I'm like, oh, okay, great. A little extra information for us. I really enjoyed how it was laid out at the Damon Rabin Plaza. That was a good site for it. That is a good site for it. I thought for I think that was the second week last Thursday, am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
For a second week farmers market, I found it to be rather well attended, especially on a weekday afternoon. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't quite elbow to shoulder there, but at one point after being there for a minute, it's you start to see the crowd come around.
Sure.
For sure, and it's a good thing. I was glad to see that in downtown Hammond, and I want to thank you as a resident for bringing that to us.
Oh, well, thanks for coming out. Yeah, it's been great. In the first two markets, we've had about 500 people come through each day, which is really encouraging because typically opening day is one of the most well-attended throughout the season. And so for the second market to stay right there is really encouraging for us. So we are very excited with how it's been received so far.
Okay. So what's the forged part? We've got the farm part. What's forged?
So I did that as a nod to kind of the handmade portion of it. So we do have like artisans that make jewelry and different things. So really like making things with your hand, but also like I get sentimental about stuff. So it's also kind of forging my way through as an entrepreneur. So it's all about like creating and forging your own path.
Okay. That's cool. So stuff that people make, and then now now the thought came back into my head. So I saw on your social media page that you had something going there with one of my favorites, Chef Blake.
Yes, we love Chef Blake and Chef Derek. They are amazing. So we have partnered with them. And so on opening day and then every third Thursdays, we are doing a cooking demo with them.
Okay.
Where they're going to basically shop the market, show everyone how to make, Blake is, of course, doing a dessert.
Right.
And then Derek, Chef Derek Tucker, he has Southern Roots Barbecue, so he does a savory dish.
Okay.
So each of them will have their time. They'll teach you how to cook it. You get free samples, which is really fun.
Wow.
So, yeah, we're really, really excited to have them. The opening day one went so well. It was such a hit, so we are definitely excited to have them back next week.
Yeah, so that kind of, again, thinking about, other farmers markets that I've been to that I don't recall seeing any, live demonstrations and stuff. So, I guess how did you kind of get the idea to what prompted you to bring live demonstrations?
So that's something we started doing the first year of Farmed and Forged, actually in LaPorte. We had connected with a local chef, and in my head, I just thought it was so cool to teach people how to use the ingredients at the farmer's market. And it's just always been such a huge hit, but Derek and Blake blew it out of the park. And I also have to give a shout out to the Legacy Foundation because we received a grant from them to do the cooking demo. It's supporting our SNAP program. So they have been a huge support for us, and we would not be able to do like the cooking demos and all the additional things without them.
Very cool. So yeah, did Blake actually make something that you can eat? No,
He's a chef.
Yeah.
He's a chef.
No.
He made bricks.
No.
I'm
No,
sorry.
no. You do not understand
Oh,
the
I'm s-
majesty
Oh,
of Chef
oh,
Blake
oh.
because Chef
Very
Blake,
Yes.
he is on, he goes on, the cooking shows, Cooking Network and stuff. And the stuff
Oh.
that he bakes, it isn't
He
necessarily.
just beat Bobby Flay, just FYI. He was on Beat Bobby Flay and beat Bobby Flay. So he's a pretty big deal.
He say that again. He is not Bobby. Say that again.
Well, beat Bobby Flay.
Oh, okay.
It's a show.
Okay, gotcha. So he has been. This is a man of some.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's.
My ignorance on display.
No,
ladies
it's all right. But his creations, again, of course he cooks and makes things edible. I have bought, things for Thanksgiving from him. But the artistry, he builds, like vast universes made out of cake.
That's a lot of cake.
Yeah, no, but I'm serious. That's what he competes for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I better understand.
Yeah,
okay,
so that's
all right,
why I'm
all
like.
right.
So tell me,
All right.
is he local? Because I
Yes,
haven't.
yes. I can get you in touch.
Yeah,
I
he's
gotta-
out of Gary. He owns Steel City Bakery out of Gary.
Yep.
And he is.
I got the
Yeah,
connect.
just amazing.
Yeah, so.
Well.
So yeah, he's just fun. I first met him at Ivy Tech. He was giving a presentation. This was probably a couple years ago, and he came and he brought cookies, of course, and that was all exciting. But just getting kids. I think it was either their final or something. He was there for some reason, and just a cool guy. And just
Oh,
so,
he sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
but yeah,
I hope to
he
meet
does.
I hope to meet the man.
Yeah, he does
Come
these
next week, Larry.
I think I will.
Yeah.
No, wait. Is it this week or next week?
next week.
Next
third.
Thursday will be the third Thursday. So every third Thursday of the month,
Every third
Chef
Thursday.
Blake and
Thank
Chef
you.
Derek will.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Mandy, don't, we welcome you calling in on Tuesday
Definitely.
to remind us all
Yeah, hey,
on Thursday
come on out.
and saying who's coming and
Yep.
and promo the event.
Yeah.
Especially when we have something exciting is
Yeah. A nationally,
Yeah, absolutely.
He is a nationally renowned, baker
Chef,
and
yeah. Wow.
competition and stuff. So, and again, he's just a cool, fun
does he
guy.
mostly bake or does he
He bakes. He does the baking stuff. And I'm not familiar
Yeah,
with
he
Chef.
can cook too. He does.
Sure.
He does everything, but he's known for his baking, and that he just won World of Chocolate this year. Like he's
Yeah.
cool, but very like the most humble person. Like you would just never like. Just the coolest. I don't know. Sometimes you meet people, and him and Derek are just wonderful, and we are so thankful we get to work with them.
Well, very
That's
cool.
neat. That's neat. I like that.
Very cool. So, I'm trying to think of other questions here. Do you have a favorite booth or something that a favorite
A favorite
thing that
product
you've-
or thing
yeah,
you'd like
that you've
to see,
that you've
or
brought
that you
in
must
that
have.
you were like, well, a must have, but also that you've brought to to Hammond that maybe you didn't see before, or something. Michigan City is obviously a different vibe than Hammond. Michigan City and LaPorte are kind of the same. No, I take that back. Because I've spent a little bit more time in LaPorte, and LaPorte is nothing like I thought it was going to be. So, what do you think?
In a good way, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
in
No.
a very good good way.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
LaPorte. I don't know what I thought LaPorte was going to be, but I have a friend who lives out there in the historic part of town. And
oh yeah, I love that area.
yeah. And I was just I don't know what I thought LaPorte
Things
was.
you never knew were 50 miles down the road.
Yeah.
right?
And it was just it's really, really cute, and just not what I expected. It kind of, because we were out there for a friend's Thanksgiving, feast,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of reminded me of, sort of really, really Americana, really, the downtown and everything just kind of,
Yeah.
really surprised me. And then now you've got Michigan City with its burgeoning, arts district.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
you've got Hammond, which is now, I guess, going to sports or whatever. Well, that jury's still out on that, but we'll get to that. Anyway, so, but, Hammond is more in, for the time being, is more industrial. And so how do you switch the vibes between, and what have you brought from, Michigan City and LaPorte that maybe, is translating well into Hammond?
Yeah, so we do have a lot of our regular farmers and stuff, and they're wonderful, and we love working with them.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that I'm really excited about with Hammond, when we first started talking to the HDC, even about doing a market and talking to the business owners, there's just so much pride there. Okay. And it's just a cool, it's so artistic and it's diverse, and there's just so much there that we wanted to showcase. So in Hammond, we're really focusing on the arts, culture, different things like that. And so on the third Thursdays, we have the cooking demo, but we're also going to do an art walk where we are going to partner with some of the downtown businesses and organizations and get people that are shopping the market. Because if we're bringing 500 people a week, we want them supporting those businesses.
Sure.
So our goal is to create this art walk through downtown Hammond where people can come to the market. We'll have some artists there, but then they're encouraged to go to these other stops to check out the art, and then the businesses can do, if they want to offer bites to eat or certain activities or a special on the menu or anything like that. So that's something we're doing that's specific to Hammond, just to tap into the artistry and the culture and the people that are already there. Michigan City, we have the lake, so that's fun. LaPorte is on Sundays, so we try to do, it's a little bit different vibe where people like to come and hang out a little bit more on Sundays, we found, than Saturdays. Saturday morning, people are coming in, getting their stuff, and they're going for the day to head to the beach. So, and it'll be interesting with Hammond. We intentionally did that Thursday evening. We thought that would be a great time, 3:30 to 7 for people getting off of work, traveling back and forth from Chicago. People get out of school. So, yeah, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see the progression throughout the season on how everything's received.
Yep, that's very cool. Because the artists, because it was bugging me, Dorman and Terlemke are down there. Uncle Freddy's, does Uncle Freddy's still exist down there?
Uncle Freddy's?
Uncle Freddy's, Larry.
What?
Uncle Freddy's Gallery. Really? You don't remember them?
No.
Tom Dorman and Linda Terlemke. They're
No, I missed that whole part of my life. Was I there?
No, but I mean,
yeah, I can't be responsible.
They're world-renowned artists, and they're down in Hammond, and that's. I'm wondering if
Are they out of Paul Henry's?
Paul Henry. That's
no,
another one.
I've been there.
Oh yeah. That's another gallery down there, but Uncle Freddy's was down there as well.
No clue. I apologize.
No, it's
good
okay.
story though.
That's cool. Cool story, bro. But yeah, I'm just thinking of the artists and. They've done some
and Dave from Paul Henry, he's wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
And on Thursdays, he does an open mic that starts at 7. So
for years, and it's still an acoustic open mic, correct? No electronic whatsoever, unless you beg. I remember we played that stage. Rick Kubik and I played that stage years ago. With another former WJOB person. It was a lot of fun. It's a good time on Thursday nights down there. Oh yeah.
We had we used the gallery for when I was in the literary magazine business. We had one of our
you had one of your shows there, was it not? I remember. Yep.
So Dave's a great time. So the the Spoo Willoughby Day is always pretty cool.
Marking it on my calendar.
We digress.
Now. Yes.
And I do have a question you guys can answer. Is it close to this train station? So
it's So from the Gateway Station, you're going to want to jaunt over to Sibley Boulevard and just take that west. Okay. Walk west or, really, it's
So if I was,
blocks.
if I was taking the train to Chicago, I could stop off at Gateway and then get back on and
within a certain amount of time, yeah. It's a couple blocks. The Gateway Station is a couple blocks away. You will have to walk to the Dan Rabin Plaza downtown. But
it's walkable.
If you're coming from Dyer, why not? And walkable. Coming from anywhere, it doesn't matter. South Shore's going everywhere now.
Yeah.
Going to my house.
Yes.
So anyway, is there anything else you would like to add, Mandy? Because we're starting to come up on. What else you want to tell us?
Did we miss anything, or did you miss anything? Last minute thoughts?
No, I don't think so. Just like I said, next Thursday is our first third Thursday, so we are really excited. We will be doing some Juneteenth activities.
Okay.
So definitely come down. We'll have South Shore Arts. They'll be doing some activities. We'll have Lauren Teal from the art table. She'll be doing like free painting with kids. So on those third Thursdays, we try to make them extra interactive and big. But every single market, we're always going to have our farmers and our awesome vendors there. So and we always have live music too.
Okay. Live music.
Yeah, I like the live music component. That was nice to sit down and eat some of the fare and listen to some music. That was a good choice right there.
We have so much talent.
And third
so
Thursdays
I love
we
seeing-
do. Oh, we do. Third Thursdays we do open mic with Quaisian. He is a wonderful artist, and so we finish up our open mic at 7, and then we are encouraging everyone to go over to Paul Henry's right after. And Quaisian actually went over there opening day after he performed for us at the market. So
right on.
yeah, just really. We're very excited to be there, and I really appreciate you guys having me on today.
Absolutely. We're
Well,
glad
thank you
to
for
have
being
you
on.
on.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you for taking the time this morning and sharing all the details.
Okay, so once again, it is
Absolutely.
the Farmed and Forged is every Thursday night at the Dan Rabin Plaza in downtown Hammond, not North Hammond, like I keep thinking about, from 3 to 7. And
3:30.
3:30.
3:30,
3:30. Thank you.
What if they do show up at 3? What will happen?
You'll get to watch people.
We'll
Get
set
to
them
watch
up.
people
No,
set
I'm
up.
just kidding. No. Some vendors are set up and ready.
Right, right,
I mean, they can still come at 3 and hang
3:30
out.
is
just
the
not
official
everyone will be
opening
set up.
time. There we go.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. No, they can come early. People just might not be ready yet.
There you go.
Well, that's cool. So, all right. Well, we'll let you either hang out with your coffee or, go back to sleep because this is awful early in the morning to be having a conversation. So, anyway, we appreciate it.
Well, thank you guys very much. I appreciate you.
All right. Take care.
Thanks for being
Thank
here.
you.
You too. Bye.
Bye now.
Figure we want to go ahead and hit that break. This is WJOB 1230 AM 104.7 FM. The bright spot. The bright spot.
The Sprott.
The BS. The bright spot of the region.
There you go.
It's gold rush time at Albert's. Oh, looky here! Oh, those are gonna fetch a pretty penny.
But who's gonna buy them from us?
I'll buy that gold from you.
What did you say?
I said I'll buy that gold from you, and I'll give you top dollar.
That sounds great.
It's gold rush time. We will see you at Albert's.
Life's biggest challenges don't come with a warning. When legal issues arise, whether it's a car accident, personal injury, criminal charge, or representing you before municipal boards, you need a trusted advocate on your side. At Westland & Bennett, we listen first because your story matters. We provide strategic, personalized legal solutions to protect your rights, your freedom, and your future. Peace of mind starts with a conversation. Call 219-440-7550 today for a free consultation.
Fox Point's free summer Wednesday night concert series kicks off June 3rd with 16 candles. As June heats up, dance to Rico, Boy Band Night, and the Chicago Experience. Then join us for our first free Friday Night Lights concert featuring Fearless, a Taylor Swift tribute, and Beyond the Blonde on June 26th. Fox Point in Lansing, Illinois is just minutes from I-8094 and parking is free. Visit foxpoint.org for our full schedule. That's point with an E, foxpoint.org.
We've had some cars run into the barrier wall, not paying attention. They were on their phone.
Texting, scrolling. Yeah, it's bad. Most often they be on their phones or they're just not paying attention. They can cause a crash.
We could stand on the side of the road and watch every other vehicle looking down into their lap as they're passing us. You know what they're looking at. They're looking at their phone.
Phones. On their phones, not paying attention. Phones. I'm not a mathematician, but I say probably about 80% of the people who pass me are on their telephones.
No call, text, or video is worth putting yourself or a road worker in danger. When driving through construction, LIUNA members ask you for your sake and ours.
Slow down, stay off your phone, please. Be aware of where we're at, where the cone zones are at.
Stay off your phones and buckle up and drive safe.
We're not asking for much.
This is Brian Short, Business Manager for the Indiana Laborers District Council. Everyone deserves a safe place to work. Do your part in the cone zone. Slow down, save a life. We're all in this together.
A message from Laborers International Union of North America and affiliated locals.
There we go. There. Let me put my mic on. That might be helpful when doing radio. Good morning, everyone. You are listening to That's What They Said on WJOB 1230 AM 104.7 FM in Hammond, Indiana, as I'm all tangled in my headset here.
How's the traffic over there, Adriana? Tangly?
Let me get untangled from here. And my headset wants to work. I don't know. Can y'all hear me?
Oh, yep, I can hear you just fine.
Yep,
oh,
you
guys can hear me?
Yep.
Sure. There we go. Now I can hear myself. Because it's just full of nice little technical difficulties this morning.
Buttons and switches.
Woo. Buttons and switches, yes. So taking a look at traffic in the Northwest region, 65 going north and south is looking pretty good. 90 going east, so this is looking good. Chicago Skyway, Lakeshore Drive is looking good. We do have a lot of traffic right there on 80 going west, and that starts up at, let's see here. It's due to the accident that was earlier. You're going to have traffic backed up all the way from I-94 west to Kennedy Avenue. So quite a bit of traffic on 80 going west. Yikes. That big stretch of traffic is not
moving slowly.
Yeah, moving quite slowly. But 80 going east is looking pretty good. As we go forward, Bishop Ford, Dan Ryan is looking great. Stevenson Expressway going north all the way through is pretty heavy in traffic. Going south, stop and go. Eisenhower going east and west is pretty heavy in traffic. As you get into that downtown area, you're going to see the morning commuters with a bunch of traffic, especially headed towards that Rosemont area on 94 going east and west. Other than that, weather, it's hot, it's humid, thunderstorms throughout the next 3 days. Let's continue on with the rest of the show.
Yes.
All right. So
let me fix y'all's camera real quick.
We have some breaking news here, and I think it's in conjunction with the other now belated breaking news.
Yeah.
Which will be old news tomorrow.
Right.
For new breaking news coming in 24 hours.
There we go.
So we just got this. We're seeing Governor Braun is showing up to Blue Top.
I didn't know he was a gearhead.
I wouldn't have expected that. Is he coming during a car show or what?
Well, it says here through Blue Top's Facebook page, and just to be sure they are not a sponsor here. Governor Braun will be visiting Blue Top, the historic Blue Top, on Tuesday, June 16th at 1:00.
Okay, so that is not during car time.
Not during car time. It is a special afternoon visit.
Huh.
As it were. It says, stop by, say hello to the governor. Hello, Governor.
Huh.
And enjoy a delicious shake.
Well, I mean, Blue Top's a great place for that.
Yes. Well, yeah, that's a good spot. Now, I'm assuming the governor is coming up here to discuss the belated breaking news of the Bears. We're not. I think you're the only other person I know who has actually come out and said this. Yeah, I'm just kind of doing a wait and see. Ask Arlington Heights how this all goes, and they'll tell you.
Well, what I was going to say when that news came out last week, all the Bears are choosing Hammond.
Oh, boy.
And I was like, first I'm like, oh, God, am I going to have to, make good on my promise of eating my shorts? Because I have said that on air, and, I would apologize and, say that it is actually happening. But I am still confident.
You got a ways to go before you actually...
Yes.
Lips to cotton here.
Yes. Yes. So I am not conceding anything yet.
Oh, why should you? It's not done. It's not done.
So it's far from done, as one of my friends was telling me this weekend. The fact that the Bears are saying that, oh, no, this is not a bargaining chip. Well, of course it's a bargaining chip.
It's a bargaining chip.
Come on now.
Of course.
So that's the first thing. But I wanted to remind everybody, and, because I'm Debbie Downer on this, I want to remind everybody that
such a bummer.
If this goes through, let's talk about what it means for residents of Lake and Porter counties. So if you're going to do this, and this is from a story from one of my very favorite colleagues, Alex Kukulka.
Good writer.
Yes. So the state is investing $1 billion in this. Okay.
Crazy.
But that billion, how much of it is coming from the state or the actual state, from other funds? But no, it's coming from us, because Lake and Porter County will now be required to adopt a 1% food and beverage tax.
Yep.
So that means when you go to the store, and I believe it's when you get hot food from a store.
So wait, they're going to put that? Oh, yeah, if it's hot food that has to be prepared to take out, like your chicken dinner from Strax.
Right.
Yeah.
So I believe
there'll likely be a food and beverage tax on that.
Right. You'll get, 1% tax on that type of food.
Right.
All your restaurants and stuff like that. So that's for Lake and Porter counties. Porter County being nowhere near Hammond. So
Bears adjacent.
Right.
Lake County
Bears
adjacent.
Right. So then Lake County also passes a 5% innkeeper's tax.
Oh,
so now
that got passed. That will
be
or
part
that
of
will
it.
be coming. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
So now, if you decide to stay anywhere in Northwest Indiana, Lake County at least,
right? Yeah.
You will have 5%,
or it'll be passed on to you somehow.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That is what the proprietor pays. That's their tax to pay.
No, that innkeeper's tax is
that goes straight through to the.
That's what you're paying. You'll be paying 5% on your. And if I'm incorrect, someone can tell me I'm wrong.
Anytime.
But that's how I
wide
understand
open.
it.
Tell us.
So, then another big favorite: biannual Indiana toll road hikes calculated by inflation.
Wait, did you say biannual?
Yeah, so that's
I didn't
twice
think we
a year.
had any of that here in the state.
Oh no, we got.
I thought they outlawed biannual things.
No, twice a year. Twice a year we get to have toll road hikes. So if you think using the toll road is expensive now, just you wait, people. It's going to go up twice each year.
I thought we were all in the black in this state and have been for a little over a decade.
Uh-huh.
Why all this Oh, I know.
So anyway, and then a bond, or they'll be issuing a bond because you got to have the bond to build the thing.
Yep.
Repaid through a 12% admission tax to go to the stadium. So I'm assuming, again, somebody could correct me if I'm wrong.
Should I choose to go watch a football game, which I've never been seen a live NFL game.
Okay.
So what's my ticket going to look like?
Oh, well, let me
What's
tell
that
you.
ticket price
Let me
gonna
tell
look
you.
like?
So you've got the 12% admission tax, but in the meantime, according to bookies.com, as I was reading, so a family of 4, and I know that you are not a family of 4, you are a family of 2 over there at Casa de Kyleman.
I'll bring the cats.
Okay, sure. So if you're going to bring 2 of the cats, maybe a dog. Okay, the cheapest tickets, and
are projected. This is projection.
No, this is right now. This is if you're going to Soldier Field.
All right.
The cheapest tickets are $253, give or take $253
a piece for all 4 members of my family.
Right.
That's gross.
So that's $500 just to get in the door.
Yeah, for 2. Yeah, say me and my wife.
Okay.
Sure.
So then if you add on 2 16-ounce beers. Which, come on, that's not enough. That's 1 beer apiece.
Depends who's drinking, but yeah.
Well, yeah. So, and then
never enough.
2 20-ounce sodas for the cats.
Yeah.
Let's just say, or kids, whatever.
Catnip hot dog.
Right. And then 4 hot dogs, so everybody gets 1 hot dog. And I'm assuming that, they're the regular size hot dogs and not a,
So this is more than my mortgage.
$713.80.
That's more than my mortgage by $9.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And I want to go blow that to go watch the Bears.
Right. Who, their record. Well, and I mean, I understand being a long-suffering Cubs fan.
Yeah, I don't have any of those local sports afflictions. I kind of missed that when I was a child.
Yeah, I became a sports or a Cubs fan.
I'm sorry.
My mom liked the Sox, my dad liked the Cubs, and then when I was working downtown at the magazine, my boss there was a group that had a season ticket, and so I bought shares for a couple years in the season ticket. So kind of became
that's what you do.
Yeah, it's a good
and it's a fun time.
It is a good time, but I can't do that now. I don't even want to know what the portion.
You can't afford it now.
No, but that's my point. How many people in this economy right now are going to have $700 Or at the very least, so say we go out, we're not going to worry about eating inside. We're going to go ahead and tailgate, right?
Well, right.
So we go ahead and tailgate. We don't have to worry about the inside, but you're still $500, and that's for nosebleed or standing, the cheapest tickets. So the seats
So are these
fantastic.
through resellers or from from Soldier Field itself? Are these
No, that was
scalp
Soldier
tickets?
Field.
That is Soldier
Boogies,
Field.
yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Who's Adriana?
afford that?
Do you got that kind of money to pay?
Money.
That's
What's that?
Yeah.
That green stuff got the
That green
presidents
stuff.
and
I
other
do
people.
not
on it?
know.
Okay. I don't know what
I
that's
do
about.
not. Nope.
Who has that?
Yep.
And then I saw a meme last week that kind of made me chuckle. They're like, "Ooh, look at the view that the Bears are going to have." And I mean, I find, and Tucker thinks I'm insane, but I think the steel mills. It's always been. I think it's gorgeous. I think those.
Oh,
those
the out,
views and stuff,
yeah, the view. I think that's going to be an interesting
right,
vista. Part of the.
But that's
thing
for
here.
us. Tucker thinks it's like, he just kind of looks, oh, great.
Well,
industry,
more industry,
poison,
right? Yeah.
And
of course,
so,
now if you face it south, you get to see Munster and St. John and all that stuff, right? So so turn it south so we don't have to look at the industry.
Well, right. So anyway, but how many people?
I probably would not like that view were I to be there, I guess. But then again, having been to several things at Wolf Lake and what is the other view? There is no other view.
Wolf Lake is sort of pretty until you see the toll road.
Well, this is true.
Going, it's
they'll fix that all in post production.
Yeah, it's not the
in
majesty
post-production.
of Lake Michigan. And I'm gonna go back to or someone made the comment that they're putting it on Lost Marsh, which I'm still unclear. Is it on Lost Marsh?
How much of it is good?
Is it on
I
the
haven't
south side?
looked at a potential footprint, or a blueprint of what this is going to look like.
Because the last I heard, it wasn't Lost Marsh that they were going on. It was the south side of Wolf Lake, where Kyle Chemical and
Dover and so on. So yeah, there's the bit. What kind of remediation needs to be done?
There's that. You've got the remediation, but now I want to know, and I keep saying this, and maybe I should, listen into the podcast that they can say what the vision for developing that area, because there is what neighborhood is going to be taken out.
Right. Neighborhoods.
Yeah.
There's not a single neighborhood that's going to have to be removed. In my again, not looking at all the blueprints, following marginally what the mayor has said last night at the council meeting. Mayor McDermott put out kind of a not a secret, but he's I know something that you don't, and not in that manner. Please don't misconstrue here. However, there are more things at play. Obviously, it's obvious.
Well,
but what?
Okay.
What again? The idea. What is that going to look like? How is it going to transform? What goes on here in the area? How is that going to transform us? Now we could speculate and speculate and speculate,
right?
But we're never going to know until it gets done. I personally think we still got a ways to go.
Well,
for this.
I mean, obviously, there's still things afoot. I still do not believe until that backhoe digs up the first bit of ground.
Right.
I'm not going to believe it, but I'm still just thinking about that area. What are you going to take out?
Well, yeah, the remediation.
Well, not even remediation, but there is nowhere to. You've got the pavilion.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to take out the? Are they going to take the?
I bet you all that's going to be gone. Again, without seeing anything, this is just in my mind and knowing that area.
Right.
And what is there now?
Nothing.
I am just going to say no. I'm saying what there is what is there now? The pavilion, Lost Marsh, the other public green land, green areas, the bike trails going into the south end of Chicago,
right,
and so on. That is going to be changed for sure. Now, is it going to be changed for the better? Are we, those people like to use the trails and so on, and like to go to Wolf Lake to fish, are we going to still be able to use that as we have traditionally? Or is it going to change? All remains to be seen.
Right. Right. Where are you going to put?
Yeah, that's it. Can we see something? I don't know. I'm sure it's out there.
Exactly. And people, you aren't looking, or and yeah, I fully admit that I haven't studied the plan other than from knowing vaguely where it is.
Yep.
But I still, that area, that stretch of road.
Mm-hmm.
You've got, people can go to 119th because that's where,
It's where it all happens.
That's where it is, or where there's restaurants and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's not
the water,
Hammond.
What's that going to affect? How's that going to affect the Water Gardens neighborhood? How's that going to affect North Hammond? How's that going to affect the south side, the southeast side of Illinois? What's that going to, what's going to happen
I wonder what
there, right? Well, how do they feel
I
about
wonder
that?
if my counterparts up at the mothership have,
right.
thought about South Chicago or Southeast side.
Have they?
Head squish.
I'm old enough to remember when, in the 80s, in the late 80s, Mayor Daley's first term, second Mayor Daley's first term.
Yeah.
This was a thing. They had wanted to bring it to Gary. That's what what the discussion was at the time. About 40 years ago. I think I was just barely in high school when this was going on. And Daley said, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to call them, the Munster Monsters? And so, it looks like it's going to be somewhat of a reality here, is the thing. This is the farthest this has come so far. Yes, we know 109th Street is Hammond. We were delineating that between that and Whiting over on, anyway. At any rate, chat board folks. This it remains to be seen for sure. I do wonder what is going to happen, how that land is going to be used. We need to see more plans. There is going to be more of this.
Right.
I also wonder that when Mayor McDermott's term is over, or when he has decided to retire and not run again, what's to stop the new mayor from saying, we don't want this? Now, is the state going to supersede and say, well, we already signed this, you got to deal with it? Now it's the pimple, that you on the butt that you got to deal with?
Oh, yeah.
Or
I would think that once they've put this, they've enacted this, they're not going to say, no, you can.
We'll see. Anything can happen in this day and age. Anything can happen.
What was I going to say?
I don't know.
Shoot.
Sorry.
Keep losing my train of thought this morning.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's not your fault. I don't know. I don't know, but that's why I'm not paid the big bucks.
This is true. That's why none of us are paid the big bucks. None of us. I can't imagine. Anyway, we got about 10 minutes left before I got to bolt out, and then Lori's going to take my place.
Yup.
For the last half hour or so.
I
want to circle back a little bit to, I believe, something what a caller brought up. Ron brought up about being primaried out.
Okay.
And so on, especially around here. Dan Dernels, I'm going to disclose right now that is my wife's first cousin. He is family to me.
Okay.
I do speak with him. I'm not going to say often, but often enough, and so on. His loss, things happen. The president says, well, I'm going to primary you if you don't toe the line. Okay, boom, he did that. There it is. Touched by the orange finger of fate. But the person that the president threw his support behind, Troy DeVries, is that his name?
Trevor,
thank you, Trevor. I don't know the guy. I don't know of the guy. I know a person who went to school with the guy.
Okay.
Way back when. The thing that I'm not going to say irritated, but really made me question goals here was the merging of the Republican elephant with the crucifix on his campaign literature. I thought, and on the signs that I saw in Griffith, it was a GOP elephant with a crucifix inside the outline. And I thought, oh, well, this is something new, at least around here. I can't remember ever seeing such a statement about the merging of religion and politics ever on campaign literature. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Wow.
You know, conversely, you had the clown in the primaries, Zeke Kyle, somebody else, somebody.
Right.
And we know apparently he's a national pimple on the rear end of the world.
Right.
But then you have somebody coming in this case, this Trevor DeVries, and man, you can believe whatever you want, man. It really doesn't bother me, but I find it, again, not disturbing, questionable that you merge. You're almost giving credence to what some opponents of the Republican Party say, and that's the word Christofascism.
Yeah.
Christopolitics, Republican Jesus, whatever you want to say. I know the county, the county doesn't necessarily have much to say about that, but I really didn't see much of anything in the local media or here on WJOB calling in, or if invites were put out to explain why the Christian imagery mixed with the politics. Why so blatant like that? What does that do for us?
Well,
what does that do for you? I mean, you already got touched by the finger,
right?
You've already been chosen. Isn't that enough, or do you still have to show your willingness to do what should be separated, and that is the idea of church and state? I mean, hellfire, we're seeing partisan school boards coming our way this year, or at least with SB1, should it pass. I don't know if it has or not, but just wait. Do we need that? Do we need a politician to put out there so prominently and possibly disturbingly for some to see those two symbols merged like that? What does that say?
Well, why is it, or James Tallarico down in Texas, he is a pastor or studying to become a pastor, whatever he's doing.
Yeah, he's in his theological studies and so on.
So is that okay for everybody? I mean, it's what he does, and I think he does a decent job of keeping the two separate.
I agree. I think Jimmy Carter did the same. I mean, my God, that guy was an evangelical Christian.
Right.
And you look at the evangelical group from then to now, especially those that are involved in politics, it's night and day. They have no problem mixing the religion.
Well, that's
with,
that's not.
It's
a feature. It's not a bug.
Right.
I mean, even Vice President Pence.
For sure. If the politician gets up there and yes, I am a Christian. I have gone to church. I was raised this way. Okay, great. Even say that my faith helps inform my policy.
Right.
Fine with me. I'm all for it. But to put that out there, and in my mind, in order to attract votes, oh, he's a Christian. We better vote for this guy over the other guy who, again, my cousin, my wife's cousin, Mr. Denals, over the other guy who seems to have a backbone and can stand up to the man.
Well, I mean, Dan, from what I know of him, Dan is also he's a Catholic.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah, I know.
I'm aware.
But yeah,
But this.
But I suppose Catholic is not the right kind of Christian compared to what.
Unless you're J.D. Vance.
Huh.
And remember, Pence is a lapsed Catholic too.
Yeah.
He changed, or he converted to his particular Protestant faith from Catholicism.
Oh, is he? I thought he was still very Catholic.
Not that I know.
Okay.
Not that I know, and I could be wrong. But at any rate, here's the thing. Oh, right on. Yeah, preach the goodness of abortion and homosexuality.
Oh,
yes.
Right.
Here we go. We got one. We caught one, Michelle.
Woo!
Yes, because
right.
that's what politicians do.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's right. Or you can get up and then put religion into the laws that exclude other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do that too.
Hey.
Let's do that.
Hey, and let's not forget that every time there's a big old, gathering of Republicans, grinder.
I was going to say, why did the statistics for those apps go up in that city? What's going on there?
Yeah.
Whatever. None of my business. Hey, I got to leave in about 4 minutes.
Okay.
Adriana, how you doing?
Well, I started to chuckle when you guys had said that the subject about religion and based on the whatever your sexual preference is, that politicians really, really, really care about that. And some things that I just figured that we kind of overcame when we put into law that same-sex marriage is okay. I guess it's not. And I saw that over this, some people feel that it's not. I saw over this weekend I had attended a wedding, and these two lovely ladies had got married. They had a beautiful wedding. It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And there were the family that, because I had went with my friend. She was like, hey, do you want to come to the wedding with me? I was like, yeah, no problem.
Sure.
And she had told me that there were some family members and some friends that were not okay with it, and they did not go to the wedding. And I was like, wow, I didn't think that was an issue. And seeing, especially with some politicians here in Indiana, they feel that their view of what a family should look like is the only correct one.
Well, it is nuclear family month, right?
Nuclear family is what
didn't
we're...
our clown of a lieutenant, the governor, bring that up yesterday? That it is nuclear family month?
Yes.
Okay.
Braun declared nuclear family month that it is, and I brought this up to my students.
Uh-oh. Here comes the indoctrination.
No. I just... We were talking about it. It was actually after school. I was in the pub or pub hub, we call it.
Right.
And I brought up to the kids, nuclear family day, guys, or nuclear family month. That means, one dad, one mom, and adopted, biological, or foster kids.
Yeah.
This is what a family is. And many of them looked at me like I had three heads because that's not their lived experience.
Not what they know.
They don't have it.
A lot of them.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
And so, okay, so they don't count. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're not considered a family.
Right.
Right. Well, apparently.
We can get into this so
Oh, I know.
much.
We don't have the time. Here's that can of
thing.
worms.
Yeah, well, maybe we can save it for next week.
I found it funny that we have to have a month. We had, the governor felt that we had to have a month to celebrate the nuclear family.
Well,
right, to coincide with Pride.
Well, that was another thing, too, that I saw, and maybe, of course, don't believe everything you see on social media.
Right.
I don't know how true this was, that they were saying that that June should be changed from Pride Month to a month to celebrate our veterans. But the thing is, there's
because
a whole
we don't
month
celebrate veterans
in
enough.
November. Well,
we can't celebrate them enough.
Yeah, but there's a
However,
whole month in November that they feel, I believe it is in November, that they are just like pushing to the side. But why are you so just like bent on not allowing this to happen? Why does this affect you so much?
That's the thing. How does it insult the state consciousness so much that we have to go through that and declare, say, oh, well, this is an opposition of? I don't know. I mean, we got one gentleman on here, he wants to know why we need a month to celebrate the gays.
Oh,
but
the gays.
Whatever, Rick. That's okay. That's all right. That's okay.
Well, I mean, the thing with that is also, why do we need a month to celebrate anything?
Well, on the other side of that coin, yes, you are correct.
Why
are correct. That is also
all
valid.
of these things that are just like celebrating this historical event, celebrating these achievements within history. Why do we need that month? And it's because these things are important, and it's not because people forget about them or that they want to over-fabricate and or overexpose what these mean and these meanings, but it's just because to allow that. And it can be celebrated throughout the whole year. That's not what we're trying to say. Like, oh, it can only be in this month. Okay, then cut it off. You're not important until next year. But it's to say that it's good to have these achievements, these celebrations,
right?
Because I look at it as if we take away these things, we're kind of just like, oh yeah, by the way, this part of history doesn't really matter anymore. Take it away. Let's cover it up with something that
I think
is
sometimes
true American
we lose
values,
the historical
but
perspective of these months and holidays.
it's like, let's replace it with true historical American values, but then also what are considered true historical American values? A nuclear family?
Well, if you're white, Christian, in a nuclear family, you're set.
But I didn't know that was the religion of the United States, just Christian.
Yeah.
That's
what they want.
No other religion does not matter.
Nope.
No other type of family does not matter.
Lieutenant Governor says we could hate Islam. We can do all that stuff again. So the hell with it. Here we go.
Yeah, that's
just my opinion.
That's a good thing to leave Lori and I on. And
there you go. Have fun with that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it was good to see you.
Well, better to be seen than viewed.
Well,
for sure. And thank you for having me on. And the powers that be, I first have to thank Verley Suggs for suggesting this. That was definitely out of left field for me. I had not spoken with Verley, and for no reason, just I haven't seen her. I hadn't spoken with her in almost 12 years.
Oh, wow.
And to have my name brought up like that as a replacement or as a guest co-host while she's out. All right.
Yeah.
So thanks to Verley. Thank you so much. Jim Delo, Lori, thank you for having me on, and I hope I could do this again next week.
Well, we'll see you next week.
All right. WJOB, AM
Signing
1230.
See you in a bit. Take a break,
104.7
I guess. Or
FM.
All right, cool.
There we go.
Thank
Be
you.
safe.
Region, I'm T, and I grew up in East Chicago, went to college in Gary, worked out of Munster, and raised my family in Crown Point. I'm Region to the core. I created Region Hot Sauce, the flavor of the region. Added to chicken, fish, pizza, eggs, and more for the perfect blend of heat and flavor. Visit RegionHotSauce.com for a complete list of locations or to order direct. Region Hot Sauce, the flavor of the region.
Before Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, we were being charged various maintenance fees and various check writing fees for all of our accounts. And with Notre Dame, we don't have that. We have that true community partnership. We get interest based on all of our parish and school accounts, and the interest rate is really second to none.
We've had some cars run into the barrier wall, not paying attention. They were on their phone.
Texting, scrolling. Yeah, it's bad. Most often they be on their phones or they're just not paying attention. They can cause a crash.
We could stand on the side of the road and watch every other vehicle looking down into their lap as they're passing us. You know what they're looking at. They're looking at their phone.
Phones. On their phones, not paying attention. Phones.
I'm not a mathematician, but I say probably about 80% of the people who pass me are on their telephones.
No call, text, or video is worth putting yourself or a road worker in danger. When driving through construction, LIUNA members ask you for your sake and ours.
Slow down, stay off your phone, please. Be aware where we're at, where the cone zones are at.
Stay off your phones and buckle up and drive safe.
We're not asking for much.
This is Brian Short, Business Manager for the Indiana Laborers District Council. Everyone deserves a safe place to work. Do your part in the cone zone. Slow down, save a life. We're all in this together.
A message from Laborers International Union of North America and affiliated locals.
For over 140 years, the Central Midwest Carpenters have built our communities in Northwest Indiana. Are you ready to join the effort? We have long-term work, competitive pay, and the best benefits in the industry. We pride ourselves on innovative training and commitment to worksite safety. Earn as you learn as an apprentice. A solid career built on a solid legacy. For more info, go to carpenters.com.
Tech Credit Union supports the essential role of union labor in building strong communities. That's why we offer hassle-free banking, financial empowerment, and a commitment to your success. Save for the future, handle life's challenges, and trust a partner that stands by hardworking union members. Tech Credit Union, the better option for you and your money. Visit techcu.org or call 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union, supporting union families every step of the way.
Are you searching for a college where you belong? Calumet College of St. Joseph wants to know you and give you the support you need to succeed. Are you worried about how you'll pay for your degree? 95% of our students receive financial aid, including scholarships and grants. Need some extra help with your classes? You'll benefit from our small class sizes, free tutoring, internship planning, faculty mentors, and so much more. Come experience our accepting, supportive college family for yourself. Schedule your campus visit and apply at ccsj.edu.
Enjoy the taste of summer at the Farmers Market at Fox Point. Every Tuesday from 9 to 1, shop locally grown fresh produce, delicious baked goods, artisanal treats, and local culinary creations. Just minutes from I-8094, the Farmers Market at Fox Point in Lansing, Illinois is a perfect spot to hear acoustic musicians, stretch with morning yoga, and enjoy community fun throughout the season. To see all vendors and entertainment, visit foxpoint.org. That's point with an E, foxpoint.org.
We've had some cars run into the barrier wall, not paying attention. They were on their phone.
Texting, scrolling. Yeah, it's bad. Most often they be on their phones or they're just not paying attention. They can cause a crash.
We could stand on the side of the road and watch every other vehicle looking down into their lap as they're passing us. You know what they're looking at. They're looking at their phone.
Phones. On their phones, not paying attention.
Phones. I'm not a mathematician, but I say probably about 80% of the people who pass me are on their telephones.
No call, text, or video is worth putting yourself or a road worker in danger. When driving through construction, LIUNA members ask you for your sake and ours.
Slow down, stay off your phone, please. Be aware where we're at, where the cone zones are at.
Stay off your phones and buckle up and drive safe.
We're not asking for much.
This is Brian Short, Business Manager for the Indiana Labor's District Council. Everyone deserves a safe place to work. Do your part in the cone zone. Slow down, save a life. We're all in this together.
A message from Laborers International Union of North America and affiliated locals.
Good morning, everyone. You are listening to That's What They Said on WJOB 1230 AM 104.7 FM in Hammond, Indiana. And you're also watching live here on YouTube. So far, so good. I think we fixed YouTube a little bit. I know somebody in the chat was saying that they may have cut, like they lost audio or anything. When we look, it looks pretty fine. But if that ever happens, just close out the app, open it back up, and you should be good to go from there. But let's take a look at traffic updates. As for weather updates, it's hot, it's humid for the next 3 days. It is going to be thunderstorms and 90-degree weather, humidity. So everybody have fun with that.
How about just like in the station?
Yeah, just like in the station. I was making a joke because for Dabberton's show, he likes to say it's the temperature outside here, and it is 80-something degrees in Dabberton's pool. And, like, it's 80-something degrees in Dabberton's pool. Same here as in the studio. We do have a little AC. I don't know if y'all can... Here's our AC. It's a little cutie thing.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. Yeah.
It's trying.
It's trying its best.
Trying.
It's doing its best, because if we say anything mean about it, it's going to stop.
Yeah.
It's going to stop.
It can always be worse. But
yes,
go ahead.
It can
go ahead,
always be worse.
Go ahead, Adriana. Sorry for the sideline.
No, you're fine. It's okay. Take a look at traffic in the Northwest region. 65 going north and south is looking pretty good. 80 going east and west has cleared up. That traffic that was going westbound at I-94 West all the way to Kennedy Avenue has started to clear up a little bit. You may see a little stop and go here and there, but it has cleared up for the most part. 80 going east is looking good. Chicago Skyways are looking good. Lakeshore Drive is looking great. Bishop Ford, Dan Ryan is looking pretty good all the way at the connector. Bishop Ford, you're going to get a bit of traffic as you are headed west into the city, but that's just that morning traffic that we are seeing. Eisenhower, Stevenson, stop and go all the way through, and then as you get deeper into the city by that headed towards that Rosemont area, it is just heavy traffic all the way through and through. So if you have a flight to catch at O'Hare, please leave early, because traffic is looking pretty nasty up in the Chicago area. But other than that, that is all for your traffic and weather.
All right. So
we did have somebody that did want to call in.
Okay.
Do we want to say that if they...
yeah, if they want to call in, they can, you know, they can certainly go ahead and call back in. And
yeah, sorry we were unable to take your call. Sometimes we have a real good topic, we want to get through the topic, have that segment, and then we take the callers right after. So
yeah,
nothing against the caller. It is just that we're just trying to get everything we want to say.
So we're opening up the phone lines.
Yep, we've got we've got squirrels. Got to get it all out while we're still while the squirrels are still firing on all cylinders. There.
So if anybody wants to call in, here's your opportunity to ask any of us questions. Larry went off and had to start his day. So Michelle said, "Come on in."
Yeah, sure.
And we can
love callers. No.
Yep. Phone lines are open, chat lines open. If you have any topics you guys want to discuss with us, or if there's topics that we were talking about earlier that you want to discuss with us, please let us know. But for right now, we're talking about a few things off the air of what we could talk about.
Yeah.
And where would you ladies like to start? We could talk about thoughts on the Bear Stadium, of the new.
Well, I've spoken my piece about the Bears Stadium. I don't think, and I don't care what kind of deal it is. I don't believe that taxpayers should be building something that a billionaire can pay for themselves. I mean, yes, I think, a certain amount of incentives, a tax abatement. I go back and forth on tax abatements all the time, but I think that the Bears got a lot of money. They can, if you want something, what are you gonna bring to us to make our lives better? Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I feel.
And I do have a thought.
Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead with your thought, and then we're gonna take the caller.
Okay. And I'm personally really excited. That the Bears are coming.
We don't know that they are yet, but anyway.
If they are, I'm excited for Northwest Indiana.
Okay.
Northwest Indiana. What I have seen in the Dallas-Arlington area, they have their Cowboy Stadium.
Sure.
They have their Texas Ranger Stadium, and then they also have their other stadium that they built a dome over.
Okay.
They share parking lots. So it's very efficient.
Okay.
So, no two games are going to go happen at the same time.
Okay.
Correct? And all of the opportunity for entertainment around that area, it's the place to be. It's really exciting.
Okay.
And I could see that In Northwest Indiana.
In Northwest Indiana, absolutely. Can you see it in that specific area?
I think we can. I think
really?
we can.
Okay.
I'm excited. I'm pro train. I think we could work this out. I think we have a lot of area that we can do things with. And I think if we're creative, I think we really can make Northwest Indiana. We're building something for the future.
Okay, I would argue. I was at my besties last night, and we were saying, what people need to start doing now is they need to start getting their shuttles ready or their, taxi services or whatever, because if you cannot develop that area, which I still don't know how, let me see the plan, but to take people to other parts of, you got to have transportation. So some enterprising person could easily set up a transportation to, hey, let's take you to where things are cool.
And in Chicago, they do that too, right? Different bars come here, tailgate here, and we'll drop you off at the stadium.
Right. So, maybe we'll see that. But I don't know.
I'm excited, but I said if it was going to Arlington Heights, I will never go to a Bears game. That, to me, is a nightmare.
Well, I don't know why.
Just the travel logistics, to me.
Yeah.
Being from Northwest Indiana is a nightmare.
Well, absolutely. And I think also to Chicago, Arlington Heights, I can't, and I know that I suppose they saw the opportunity when the racetrack was, selling its property. I get it, but you're absolutely right. That seems even weirder of a place than, Hammond, at least you've got the benefit of, we've got the infrastructure and stuff.
We have people coming in from north, south, east, west.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Arlington Heights, how many people from north of Arlington Heights are going to be coming south I just think they're almost landlocking themselves by going north. I just see more in Northwest Indiana.
I would agree there, but they probably shouldn't have bought the property in the first place. In Arlington
they could develop
Heights.
it for something else.
I know.
I'm not worried about real estate right now. They probably bought it at a really good price, and they could, either develop them themselves or sell it to another developer. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, I suppose.
Real estate in the Midwest it's a good time. Well, it's a good time. I think there's a lot of great things happening in the Midwest.
Okay.
That I have no interest of going north, south, east, west. And I love living in Northwest Indiana.
Okay, I do too. Can I put this out here? I had mentioned this when I walked in. You weren't here. Did I see, is there any truth to the rumor that now the Colts, pardon my language, the Colts are now thinking, hey, we want to go to Louisville? I think I just saw that this morning. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Why?
Is there any truth to that? Because
they're not feeling the love?
What? I mean, yeah, the Bears are truly a Northwest Indiana thing, and the rest of the state is the Colts. They just are. So why do they want to go to Louisville? I don't understand. I just, is there any truth to that? I don't know. Something I saw on the social medias, and, we all know
or
how
somebody was sparking a rumor. I don't know. I didn't see that, but it is.
Yeah,
tell me why.
I just looked up Indiana Colts, and you hit news just to see if there's any speculation for it. I don't see anything about them wanting to move to Louisville, but again, it could maybe not have hit headlines just yet. As we said, it could just be a rumor.
Okay, maybe that was, again, somebody that would be strange.
Yeah.
Well, that would be
but very, very
then
strange.
I don't know. Do they still say the Dallas Cowboys? I think they do, even though they're in Arlington.
Yeah.
I think they, so we could still say, I don't think anyone from Northwest Indiana is going to be upset. We call them the Hammond Bears. We could call them the Hammond Chicago Bears. I don't think anybody really cares if we still call them the Chicago Bears being in Northwest Indiana. we're just I always say we're a suburb of Chicago.
We are.
With some of, some fun benefits of living in Indiana, and
Sure.
I'm proud to be a Hoosier.
I am too. It's going to be weird being.
Did we have any calls yet?
We do have one caller. We still have this caller on the line.
Okay, let's take our caller.
All right. Good morning, caller. You are on the air. What is on your mind?
Oh, lots of things. Good morning, ladies. It's Brad. How are you?
Hi, Brad. How's it going?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm supporting the show and the station by calling in and kick off summer here, right? It's a little humid, but it's okay. And because there's more than corn and the Hammond Bears in Indiana, I'd like to just say, I know it's humid. This is better than the cold. Let's face it. It's going to be rough out there.
I would disagree with you all day on
Nobody's
that.
going to have good hair today.
No.
No good hair today.
I keep looking at mine and I'm sad.
I wanted to I just wanted to say, as you know, I can get quite controversial with my calls, but my true intent is always to inform.
Okay.
But today, this call is going to be a bit different because I've been trying to catch you, Michelle, over the last few shows to have to ask you.
Okay.
The Rolling Stone shirt that you're wearing today.
Yes.
A few shows back, did my eyes deceive me, or did you have a shirt representing the angelic lyrics of Corey Glover and the incredible guitar talent of Vernon Reid of the band in Living Color?
Oh,
Or
sir,
Living
they
Colour?
are my favorite. They are one of my top three. I have seen Living Color how many times?
Oh, they're
8?
incredible.
Oh, God. The last time I saw them was over here. It was from where I got that shirt was over here at Hard Rock. They were here. It was Living Color opened up for Extreme. And
wow.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Living Color was, just amazing. That night they did, and through that tour they were doing Nothing Compares to You because Sinead O'Connor had just died. And so hearing Corey Glover oh my God, that was amazing. But then Extreme, I was shocked by, because I vaguely remember them from my college days, being a, I rock. I'm not going to say what word I use. I don't want to get, everybody mad at me for what I usually call that music. But no, Extreme they were loud. I couldn't hear for 2 or 3 days, but they were really good too. And that was just a great night. But yes, I love Living Color.
Well, they canceled the show with at the Riviera. They were going to have a show at the Riviera with the Psychedelic Furs, but somebody got sick. So I believe the only chance we get to see him is on July 2nd at Summerfest. So if you get a chance to see him on Summerfest, is that me beeping or somebody else?
No, I don't know.
We don't hear
beeping.
We don't hear
anything.
anything.
Oh, okay. Then it's on my end for sure. But on July 2nd, they will be in Milwaukee, and I think it's a good chance to go see him.
Oh my God, they are amazing.
Plus, you could see all the other bands too when you're there.
Sure.
Oh, and a quick tip: I don't know if this still works, but this happened when I had to go see Steely Dan once, and I was stuck in the lawn. And I'll give my tip out. Don't know if it's there, but sometimes it's there. And trust me, I've been to hundreds of concerts, and I'm not talking like 100. I'm talking like 300 to 400 over the last few years. I've been extremely lucky. When the tickets are all sold out, you quietly walk up to the box office and you just ask them, what's the best seat you have in the house, and are there 2 available? And there's always a reserved seat. I got a sold-out show for Steely Dan, 4th row, right off the center, face value tickets. It's possible. So anybody you ever want to see, you just quietly walk up. Don't tell your friends, because they'll race you to that box office.
Right.
Just walk up there quietly and say, you got any extra tickets? I'll take one. Ask for one first. And I'm telling you, it's worked for me so many times if I wasn't given a ticket or knew somebody in the band. But happy summer, ladies. I got to run. I got to get out and do a couple things. And I'm glad you guys were it's been a good show.
Thank you.
So, Brad,
and,
thank you
enjoy the music this summer.
Brad, thank you for calling in and having a different topic.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was going to say,
man.
Brad, you and I apparently share quite a bit of the same music taste, because Steely Dan is probably my number one. And I've seen that. I only got to see them twice.
No, go see them. I've seen them before Walter passed.
Right.
And I think I've seen them and Los Lobos more than any band I've ever seen. I've seen Steely Dan up to close to 20 times. I've seen Los Lobos in the 20s as well. I used to have a friend that was a legendary. I'm not going to drop any names, but he was a huge, famous blues man. He liked the boogie. Let's just say that. If you look up the boogie, you know what I'm talking about. I used to get tickets all the time for all kinds of stuff. I used to hang out with him at his house. Music is the ultimate uniter.
Yeah.
And no matter what, I think if we used more of that, we would all come together and realize we all got a lot of things in common.
Yeah,
we really
sure do.
And I think it's the little things that we fight about. Right, it's the little things. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I bet you will agree to this topic. If the artists keep their politics out of their music, they'd be even more popular.
Exactly. If the artists kept the politics out of their songs, we would all unite. It's another way to divide us. And you know what? The fact of the matter is some of these guys are actually being produced by people on both sides to say what they are being told to say is, I guess, a way to do it. And I don't necessarily know if certain people believe what they're actually saying. Because I know some of these people outside of their, how would you say, their corporate commercial entity. So it's very interesting. And like I said, I think if we all got in there and just had a show where we all blasted each other's music, now that would be fun. You'd see everybody starting to get on.
We'd have to do that on radio only. Radio only. And maybe we could have Gino host a show like that.
Sure.
But no YouTube.
But
thank you, Brad. Thank you for calling. I think we have another caller on the line. Talk to you later, Brad.
Take care, man. Okay.
Okay, caller, you are on the air. What's on your mind?
Hi, Alice Blowski calling in.
Hi.
Hello, Alice.
Hi. I heard you guys talking about the No Data Center and about me again. And I've stayed quiet for a few days, but I would like to discuss the topic if you guys don't mind.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, first of all, did you guys happen to watch the Hobart City Council meeting online to see what really transpired?
Well, I was going to say that I hadn't gotten a chance to watch it, and I wanted to watch it before you called back, but but you are on the line now, so we don't necessarily, go ahead and what I know is from what my colleague reported, but go ahead.
Sure. I don't know if you've seen. So, did you see the personal post on the mayor's Facebook page?
Yes.
Against me.
I saw what
my profile picture on his personal page was blocked.
So
I couldn't defend myself.
Okay.
So here's your moment. Here's your moment.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, recently, and in many city council meetings, I've denounced violence against his kids and his family, and they are 100% off limit.
Right.
I did not bring his kids and his family into this discussion.
Okay.
So a couple weeks ago, when we went to city council meeting, the mayor was not there, and there was a heavy, heavy police presence.
Okay.
And my daughter was almost fatally killed by a construction truck trying to blow through a stoplight, and they would not let the public speak.
Okay.
They would not allow us to give comments.
Okay.
So I got a little upset, and the sergeant and another officer spoke to me afterwards, and it pretty much ended there. So he's trying to cut us off from speaking at some meetings. I think I'm getting off topic. But I sent him a message, and I never heard from him about anything. He doesn't reply to any of my messages.
Okay.
During that meeting, we had heard that there was a threat against him. So at the next council meeting, I was asking if it was true. I was just trying to clarify. I never brought up his children or his family.
Okay.
Actually, he brought them up into the city council meeting.
Right. That's how I understand it.
You can go into many, many back city council meetings, and you will see how I denounce any kind of violence. And actually, the gal that threatened his children, I had asked him if she was arrested and charged, and he said yes, and I was happy, and the whole data community is happy. They're trying to denounce our group through trashing me. Now, I did not say any of those statements at all. I have never threatened his family or his children.
Okay.
But he went on his own personal Facebook page with 5,000 followers where I am blocked. He went on a news station. He went on a TV station. And he has denounced my name to millions of people. So as a city official, I don't think that's fair because I am now receiving threats. I have to go to the police station today. I didn't go to the police station with my threats yet because my husband and I were seeking legal advice.
Sure.
About
absolutely.
This matter. So after I have an appointment this morning, and after that I will be going to the police station and showing them my threats that I received from the mayor's buddies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't get police protection like he does. And he now put a target on my back. And I could not even go to the festival and enjoy the festival this weekend because of all the things that were being said against me.
Mm-hmm. That I go ahead and continue. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's okay. I don't know if you want to ask some questions. I just feel he is defaming my name and my character and trying to take down the No Data Center using me.
Yeah, so I do have one question. You're saying that the statements that were said about you were untrue. Are you referring to what was posted in the Chicago Tribune? The article within the Chicago Tribune about this, or is it somewhere else? I know you had mentioned the Facebook page.
It was on his personal Facebook page that it all started.
Got it.
And somebody sent it to me, and I never, ever did any of those things that he accused me of. And he abruptly adjourned the meeting. Now, I will take responsibility for my wording wrong.
Okay.
I was trying to tell him, because he was receiving these threats, it may have came across wrong, but I was trying to let him understand that because of the lack of transparency in our town from all the city officials, I think that's where maybe this is stemming from.
Okay.
That was my point. But I had him and 2 or 3 other councilmen attacking me. So when you get attacked during public speaking and they constantly interrupt you, you get flustered. I do. I'm not a great public speaker.
Sure.
So I became flustered and everything became out of context. And he wouldn't even let me finish speaking about some of the other topics that I wanted to, nor was anybody else allowed to speak after me because he adjourned the meeting.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys are aware, but in May, Jeff Bezos was part of the Met Gala in New York City.
Yes.
And they were having a huge organization through Athena Coalition and the SEIU against Jeff Bezos. Angelita and I, from the Hobart No Data Center group, were one of the only 2 in the whole country selected to attend.
Uh-huh.
And we went there and we had a full-day conference with over 30 different organizations that are against Jeff Bezos and fighting Jeff Bezos and looking for protection from working for him and how he gets away with all these tax credits and tax abatements. And then they had a fundraiser afterwards where Angelita actually walked down the runway. We were able to speak to newspapers there, and we got a lot of press coverage, and we're receiving some support from some of those unions now.
Okay.
And I think that upset the mayor.
Okay.
That we are getting such coverage. We have over 7,000 members following us on our No Data page. If you follow us, we denounce threats and violence. It will not get posted. Do people say mean things about the mayor? Yes.
Sure.
Do they post a picture like he's a weasel? Yes.
Sure.
But nowhere on our page do we allow any kind of threats.
Sure.
Okay. Well,
I just want to clear my name.
I
get it. I get it. I'm
not saying I'm totally innocent against, saying wrong words or taking things out of context, just like the mayor does, because we're all human.
Right.
We all make mistakes.
Right.
But I never threatened anybody. Never, ever. And he knows that, and he cannot find that, and no one else can.
Okay.
It doesn't exist, Michelle.
No.
We appreciate your call.
See, I've lived in this city for 45 years.
Yeah.
I have lived through 5 mayors. This is the first mayor where I have ever gotten involved or attended a city council meeting.
Sure.
And I was not on the no rezone group. Actually, there are only 2 or 3 in our committee out of 12 that were in that group.
Okay.
All of us are not. We are all just trying to fight this new data center. Like Angelita, the leader of our group, she's directly across the street from this. You should see her house. Her kids can't play in the backyard because her playground has an inch thick of dust.
Okay.
You know, we're fighting for our community. We're not against big tech. We're against where he's putting it.
Sure.
And no transparency and no protection. And we have asked and begged for a health impact study, and they absolutely refuse. And we will not go away. I repeat, the No Data Center group will not go away until we get a full spectrum health impact study done.
That's fair. That's absolutely
and
fair.
We will be we are already working on getting a new city council and mayor for next election. And those people will not be working with Amazon the way this council is.
Sure, but here's...
If it happens, we have to see, you know.
Right, but... Or my statement to that would be, what do you do when, you know, this is, 2 years till the next municipal election, I believe?
Yes. We already have candidates working on it.
Okay.
We're working behind the scenes. We are. Yes, we are.
Okay.
We are gaining ground. So. Yeah.
But
it's up to them to announce when they're going to run. So we can't publicly announce.
Sure. And I'm not. I'm not asking that.
And they are. Some of them are preparing, thinking, you know, considering. So, you know, and there's time for that.
Right. So, but my question is now, there is fencing up. They've broken ground for this data center, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
But we put forth an injunction yesterday. I don't know if you're aware of that.
No,
because there were a lot of errors in that site plan.
Okay.
So a injunction was set forth yesterday for that.
Okay, so does that mean, or the judge, if it was just put yesterday, then the judge has to take a look at it, and they give like
they have to go all through the legal process now, and I'm not on the legal team, so I'm not the one to really, speak about that.
Sure. So the injunction and or what I was going to say is you're going to take every step that you possibly can, to stop this.
Yeah.
But when that's out, is it going to matter depending? I don't think whatever candidates that you put up, once the thing is built, I don't think the mayor, just a new mayor, just like, Larry was talking about earlier with the stadium, that, I don't want it. You just can't say, well, no. I think
only phase 1 will be done by the time a new mayor is appointed, not phase 2.
Okay. Again, okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I know. I get it. It's very hard logistics. It really is. But I also want you to know that we have reached out to the city numerous times asking to please work with them and come up with a solution, and the mayor refuses.
Okay.
He refuses to sit down with any of us and try to work out a plan that would benefit both them to get us off their back and the citizens.
Okay.
So when the mayor refuses to work with the residents of his own hometown, what do you do then?
That's a good question. That's extremely frustrating, and I wish the best, because
I want to point out that these threats were not made by any Hobart resident.
Okay. Yeah, that
against him. Whoever made the threats against the mayor, and we don't know, he did say it wasn't a Hobart resident.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're on our group. There's no way for us to know that, right?
Right.
But I do want to say that the Hobart residents themselves have not threatened him, and the person that threatened their children in the fall, which he keeps bringing up, was not a resident of Hobart. And we all were glad she was charged and booked
Yeah.
for what she did. Children are off limits.
Oh,
Indeed.
Correct.
Indeed.
Okay, so yes. If you want me, they filed a judicial review of the city's approval of the data center site plans. And that's what the injunction is about.
Okay. Yeah, since I don't cover Hobart anymore, I was not familiar with that, but I of course will.
You know, and Deb usually does me really, really well, and I don't want to say any negative comments against Deb because I really, really like her. I just think in this last article that they put in the paper, I just wasn't explained thoroughly enough.
Okay.
You know, I think my article was perceived me a little bit differently. People that know me know that I would never, ever in a million years threaten anybody. And then, you know, again, I'm going back. Does the mayor think that it's okay that his buddies now threaten me?
Well, I hope not. I mean, I would.
Well, I hope not too. But,
yeah, that's.
And here's another thing: will the police do something about it?
They should.
See, he's got the police turned against us. There's only 3 police officers that I trust, and I used to trust them all. And that is sad, very sad for me. And I love our police officers, and I love our firemen. I'm trying to protect them.
Yeah.
We all want them to get their raises.
Sure.
But we want it done in a more responsible way with the residents having input.
Sure.
In the decision. This was all done with NDAs. This was all done secretly.
Mm-hmm.
And before the residents knew, it was too late.
Yeah.
So we're fighting for our lives. We're fighting for our family. We're fighting for our children. We're fighting for our health.
Yeah.
I have health issues. So what? I can't go outside now when the air gets too thick? The children can't play outside in the neighborhoods because the dust is too thick for their playgrounds? These are just common sense questions that we want addressed.
Sure.
We are the city of Hobart, not Amazon. The residents are the city of Hobart. We are what makes Hobart, not Amazon.
Sure.
Oh. All right. I think we have a couple more
I guess
callers
I've had my
online, Alice. Thank you.
We do.
Okay.
I'm grateful for you, and I hope that, you know, people listening.
I cleared up. I hope I cleared up things.
Okay,
Yes,
and, you know, most importantly, you know, I hope that gives you a little peace. And, I mean, there's a lot of questions, and I don't envy you guys.
Yes, and like I said, I'm far from perfect, but nobody is, and we all make mistakes. And we're all human.
Well, thank
So
you,
let's
and you
work
have a good
together.
day.
Yep.
Okay.
Take care,
you.
ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Option 1 or option 2, ladies?
Who called us first? Who's been waiting the longest?
All right. Sounds good. All right. Good morning, caller. You are on the air. What is on your mind?
Well, my personal opinion as it relates to data centers is if these things are, and I'm not familiar with them at all,
right?
But it sounds like they have a huge impact on the community that they put them in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a firm believer that the community should have a say-so as to whether or not these things go in.
Right.
And if it ends up biting them in the arse because they're not the benefactors of the financial impact that these things bring, so be it. But that's a decision that the residents of the community, I think, should be entitled to make in the form of a referendum or some sort of vote.
Yep.
That's my first thought.
Sure.
You made a comment earlier as it related to the financial windfall that Hobart is now experiencing.
Uh-huh.
And you had mentioned that there were some donations made.
Yeah, right.
There's one that stuck out to me in particular. You said there was $100,000 donated to the Hobart Moose Lodge?
Yes.
And that came from the
city.
Amazon.
Yep.
From the city. But the funds related to the data center.
Yeah.
Okay. Isn't Mark Koppel, Hobart City Councilman, the president of the Hobart Moose Lodge?
That's a good question. I am not familiar with it, or I don't know that, but that doesn't mean
well,
it's
he
not
is.
true.
That was a rhetorical question. He
Okay.
is. And I find it interesting that as a Hobart City Councilman, that would have a huge impact on the vote as to whether or not the data center went into Hobart is now the benefactor of the financial gain that's bringing to the community.
Yeah.
And his organization in particular.
Yeah. I think that is an interesting.
I'm just throwing it out there. You're a journalist, right?
I appreciate that.
Well,
yeah.
thank you, caller, for bringing that up. Adriana?
All right.
Next caller.
Good morning, caller. You are on the air. What is on your mind?
Good morning.
Morning.
Of course, we're just going to continue with the data center. Tell everyone good morning.
Good morning.
I think the question is, and being neck deep in this during the campaign season, and I knocked on hundreds and hundreds of doors in Hobart and Lake Station.
Yeah.
It seems like what we have is no different than we have 200 people that are screaming from the rooftops, and that's all we hear. I would love to hear from and your previous caller doesn't even live in Hobart, and nor do I. But so it really means nothing about nothing, just a shiitake mushroom starter, shall we say.
Okay.
But the people of Hobart need to ask the question, did they want their taxes raised? Now, the location off of Colorado and 61st, there's a lot of homes on the west side.
Right.
They're beautiful homes, big properties. Did they say anything about that massive, it's 250,000 square foot, 6-story building right behind their house, right currently? Did you hear anything about that?
The frozen, the
the refrigeration unit, exactly.
Yep. Thank you.
I didn't hear anything about that, but we hear across the street. And also, being neck deep in this, a lot of the people that came to Hobart, that are anti-data center, are from abroad. They're literally from the entire Midwest. They're not all from Hobart. So there was a lot of outsiders that came in.
Right.
Those who could very well, as one of your other callers said, we would never threaten the mayor's children. That's not right. These are people from the outside.
Right.
So the question I ask the other thousands and thousands of people that live in Hobart, you want your taxes raised? Because that's the direction, due to SB 1, every municipality is going to have to address. And Hobart would have been hit extremely hard. So what I look at, and, this vote for the city council was unanimous.
Mm-hmm.
There was one particular council person who abstained because there was a lot of screaming in the chambers, but when they cleared the chambers, that council person turned around and voted yes when nobody was there.
Okay.
So I would prefer to hear not people from Crown Point. What I'm asking for is people from Hobart that they don't want their taxes raised. And this is just not an environmental issue.
Right.
I mean, me personally, would have been the first location if I was on the board? No, that wouldn't have been the first location. And I could say that about a dozen other things that are happening in Gary that wasn't ideal. But when you have to look at the fiscal responsibility of also being on the council and the mayor, you have to look at that. You have to look at the entire picture, not just one small segment of it.
Right.
And the county council is unfortunately, after the fact, they're creating an ordinance right now that is going to safeguard a lot of that for any future data centers, and the county council will have a tremendous say-so.
Yeah.
From this point going forward.
Yep. This is Data Center Week for us. Sorry, I was just saying they've got that going on today, and then I've got the Munster stuff tonight. So.
Right. Data centers aren't going away.
No, they're not.
And there's a tremendous amount of money not just from Amazon and Microsoft. There's a lot of other companies that are going to be coming in. And because we all have this massive fixation with AI and the cell phone at the end of your arm, and unfortunately, you need that type of you need that type of technology, and to move forward. But it's frustrating to hear that you hear the 200 people, but you don't hear the others and their sentiments, and nobody wants their taxes raised, especially today. With food and gas prices, and our taxes are going up, and that's what elections are for. If you don't like what this council did and what the mayor did, there's a process,
right?
But please don't threaten people. I don't care what side of this you're on. There's no place for that in a civil society.
Right, I agree. I mean,
Thanks, Michelle.
that's what I keep thinking about that too. You know, we wouldn't have this issue if we didn't have people in the state house monkeying around. I mean, you know, remember your taxes are capped at 1%. You know,
That's right.
but nobody ever thought that, oh, well, what about the assessment then? You know, the assessment's going to go up. It's still 1%, but if your assessment, you know, you've got a house that, you know, I bought for 150 and now my house is worth 400,000, you're paying for that assessment. So
that's the way around that. You're absolutely right. That's the way around the tax caps. And of course, you know, Lake County admitted that they were 20 years behind on assessments.
Right.
And everybody gets hit with this massive tax bill. Or I talked to some people in the county, and I said, hey, can you defer this over 5 years? I get it. You got to raise taxes. And because, you know, SB1's coming, and luckily this county council is kind of ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they ran with the same budget they did in 2025 for 2026.
Right.
And, you know, applaud them. You know, and just we need to move forward. And I feel bad for a couple other people on the Hobart Council because they agonized over this.
Yeah.
And it was a no-win situation. Do you have the data center coming in, or do you ask for a referendum in 2027 to raise their taxes 15%? Which, I mean, it literally, these are why you elected, the hard decisions come to elected officials.
Yeah.
You know, not all of them are ribbon cutting. You know, we're not opening ice cream parlors and unicorn and rainbow factories, right?
No,
this
you're not.
Is tough decisions.
Exactly.
And
Go
they
ahead.
have to live with it because they thought of the greater good. They thought of the needs of the many and not the needs of the few.
Yep. I keep arguing with people. It's like, I don't think people really understand what SB1 is going to do because you do not understand that these municipalities are literally going to have to think, and sorry for, you know, the literally part, but they're going to have to think about, do we keep our parks department? Or do we get rid of a few police officers? Well, nobody wants anybody getting rid of the police officers, right? Correct. So, or what about fire? How much longer is the fire department going to have to limp along its equipment that it's already had for 20 years because we can't afford to get you anything new?
Right.
And so then...
And you're not fear-mongering.
No, I'm not.
You were
I
telling
wish
the
I
truth.
were. This is not fear-mongering.
Right.
This is what everybody's facing. So now when you've got someone, you know, as odious as Amazon or any of these people are, that's going to give you transformative money, what do you do? Because are people going to give up the police? Are they going to say, yeah, cut our police department? That'll never happen.
Hobart City Council and Mayor Huddleston, they're ahead of the game right now. And yes, it was at the expense of a data center, but they're ahead. They're ahead of SB1 where most municipalities are not.
Yeah.
And I will leave you with that, and thank you all so very much.
Yep. Talk to you soon, Dave.
And I always want to ask, do you want to see your assessments go down?
You would.
Do you?
No.
Do you
Probably not. No.
What is our alternative here?
Well,
because I mean,
yeah,
that's part of the whole game. You want your values to go up. So, you bought a house,
right?
So that this is your nest egg,
right?
Correct,
right?
To do what you need to do in your later years. Do you want it to go down 30%?
No,
I don't.
I agree with you. I wonder because I keep hearing that having the data centers there will, kill property values. You hear that a lot. And I'm not saying it doesn't, but, Loudoun County, Virginia is where I guess they have a zillion data centers or whatever. Have the property values gone down there? I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but.
And the data centers of yesterday are very different than the data centers of tomorrow.
Right.
So it's really hard for me to even compare. We're not comparing apples to apples anymore.
Right.
And I think everybody is, and that's part of the whole thing about even the Pope saying, slow down with your AI, make sure that your dotting your I's and crossing your T's, and Anthropic came out and said, we're going to slow down because we really want to take a look at what can we do, make them better, faster, smarter.
AI's got its own problems, as it is. It's funny now, did we talk about this the last time? Maybe Adriana remembers that my former work wife was telling me, I read this article that companies are now starting to hire people again. Not because AI, because of the inherent screw-ups of AI, but having AI is super expensive, and it's cheaper to have people than it is to run the AI. AI doing everything, which is hilarious. So.
Yeah, okay. There's a good balance there. I want to have people who know how to use AI to do their job better, faster, smarter. But you want the person to have to make sense of this information. Just because I ask my ChatGPT a question and they spit it out, I still have to be the responsible one to say, is this the direction I want to go, or do I not want to go? And then, you could ask ChatGPT, well, let's look in the flip side of this.
Look who's here.
The flip side of this.
Mr. Weezer, how are you?
Good morning. I think, Adriana, do we still have a caller online before we wrap our show?
The caller real quick?
Yep.
All right. Good morning, caller.
I don't want to leave anyone not hanging.
On the air.
Yeah, just a quick rebuttal.
Yep.
To the handful of people that may be in favor of this data center in Hobart, I got news for you. Regardless of whether or not you collected a windfall from Amazon for this thing, your taxes are still going to go up. And just because I'm from Crown Point and I point it out doesn't mean that it's wrong, that perceivably a Hobart City councilman cashed in a favor as a vote, in the form of a vote, for a $100,000 payoff. Just because I'm from Crown Point doesn't mean that's wrong.
Sure.
I just pointed it out.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, I hope you look into it, and I think really this needs to be brought to light because something stinks. When a guy cashes in a vote and gets a $100,000 payment to his organization, that's Lake County politics at its finest, and maybe Jim Weezer can talk about that on his podcast.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it.
I gotta go.
Yep, take care, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you. I think we're almost out of time.
Yeah.
We're almost at the top of the hour.
Yep.
Adriana, do you have anything? Michelle, do you have anything else to say?
No.
Thank you for allowing me to join you.
Well, you are always welcome. You know that. And I guess tonight is my, I haven't been in any of these data center, meetings, but Munster is shaping up, and I need to strap in. I'm going to probably have to take a nap to be ready for this, but I'm sure it's going to be passionate. But that is the question, and I have a lot of questions about data centers too. The water, because we think of Lake Michigan as this, infinite water source.
Right.
But Indiana isn't the only state that uses Lake
water.
Michigan, we've got everybody else.
And one information that I want you to keep in your head when you're doing this is that the data centers of tomorrow are closed loop systems.
Right.
So this conversation about using up all the water is no longer true. So
I hope, right?
So that's something to keep keep in the back of your mind and ask the question. And
Indeed.
And I expect you'll be diligent and ask all the right questions and report back to us.
I think tonight is just going to be listening. And a meeting like that is you listen, and then it's about the people. It's about what the reactions are going to be, and I suspect it's going to be a long night.
People are very passionate.
Yep. It's going to be a barn burner, folks. So anyway, thank you for letting me hang out this morning. I am Michelle Quinn. This is That's What They Said. Hi, Verly, if you're listening. Hope we did you right. And we will be on next week. God willing, and the creek don't rise. We don't get flooded out. And appreciate you hanging out, Lori. And as always, the lovely Adriana running the boards.
There we go.
Thank you.
So take care, man.
Planting a tree, installing a fence, whether your project is big or small, NIPSCO reminds you